parties on Cruz versus Debo. Step forward, please.
Pharmacy technician Carolyn Cruz claims her sons James and Jared were falsely arrested and charged with assault by store owner Tina Debo and her son Stephen. The Debos are countersuing for medical bills.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Judge, this is case number 372 on account in the matter of Cruz versus Debo. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Mrs. Cruz, you are suing really on behalf of your two sons.
Yes, ma'am.
Which two sons? These are your three boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Which two boys were involved in this incident?
James and Jared.
Who's James?
Eric.
You claim that your sons were falsely accused of assault by the defendant, as a result of which they were arrested, they were held briefly in jail, you were forced to hire a lawyer at a substantial cost. Mrs. Debo, on behalf of herself and her son, say that your two boys were the aggressors in this incident, and they had substantial medical bills as a result of the assault, and they are counterclaiming. Now, you weren't involved in this incident. You were not present.
Right.
So you are relying on what your sons told you.
Right.
So why don't you have a seat, and why don't these two young men step up here, please? Both of you were present at this incident.
Yes, I am.
Is that right? What is your name?
Steve.
Who's going to speak for the group first?
I will.
You're Jared.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Jared. Why don't you tell me how this happened?
From the start?
From the start.
Okay, well, me and my brother were going to pick up one of my friends. We were going to go play volleyball.
And you were driving?
He was driving.
Okay, go ahead.
We were driving down the highway, and we come up on him, and we noticed that he was swerving back and forth. You know, no big deal. And then we exited off the highway, you know, to go pick up one of my buddies. Well, he went off first.
Try looking at me all the time.
He exited off the highway first, and then we followed behind him. I guess he thought we cut him off or whatever, because we just kept going. And we went through the stoplight. It was green. We didn't have to stop. We went ahead and made a left. Well, he cut us off and then stopped in the middle of the highway for no reason. Jumps out of his car and then starts yelling at me and my brother, saying he wants to fight. Well, you know, we told him we didn't want to fight and everything. He went over to my brother. I jumped out of the car, and when we were going to go work things out, he kicked me in the chest. After that, me and James, my brother, started hitting him and beating him up.
So there came a point when the two of you were fighting with Steve.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you got back into your car.
Yes, ma'am.
And drove off.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
At that point, Stephen's mother, as we were driving off, jumped on the vehicle and...
well, where did she come from?
That's not...
Shh, 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 shh. Where did she come from?
I don't know.
You don't
She
know.
showed up at the end, right after we had just got done fighting, we were leaving.
And what happened when his mother showed up?
She jumped on James's vehicle and was yelling at James, telling him to stop. Was clawing at him and everything, so James stopped. We jumped out of the car, and then Stephen come out of nowhere and hit me in the mouth, you know, and after that, that's when me and my brother got in the car and left.
And then what happened?
We stopped at the gas station and cleaned up a little bit and, you know, pumped gas and everything in it. So after that, the cops showed up there, and then they arrested me and
At
my
the
brother.
gas station?
Yes, ma'am. After that, they arrested me and my brother. They took him to a different place than I. He had to stay in jail, and I had to go to an institute.
He went to jail, why?
For assault and battery charge and assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah,
Shh, just a minute. And what were you arrested for?
2 counts of assault and battery.
What was the deadly weapon?
Okay, they as we were driving, we were parked behind him. Not actually parked. We were forced to stop him to the curb, and because he stopped in front of us and made us stop, and then as we.
Would you answer my question? What was the deadly weapon that you were arrested for?
My truck.
Your truck?
Yeah.
How long did you spend in jail?
He stayed a night in jail. I had to stay in the institute for about 4 hours.
And there was an attorney hired by your family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened with the case?
All the charges were dropped.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, Stephen.
Yes, ma'am.
You, according to your answer, were on your way home or on your way going to a store where you work, a family business.
Yes.
And you were driving in one car with your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your sister?
16.
And what I gather from this, your mother was following you.
We were following my mother.
Now, why don't you tell me your version of what transpired?
We were just driving home, and out of nowhere, I was in the right lane. My mother was in the left lane. We were about a car length apart, and their truck, I guess, was trying to pass my mother in the right lane. And I avoided a collision because when they swerved over, we were pretty close. Well, when I had stopped, I slowed down. The truck swerved back over, and they started pacing me. And that's when,
what do you mean?
or side by side, and the passenger was yelling out the window and giving hand gestures, and I rolled the window down, and we both basically had a shouting match. And my turn was coming up, so I just blew him off, and
got in front of them, took the left turn, and here they come.
Okay, so you passed him.
Yes, before the turn.
Now, where was your mother?
She went through the intersection.
Just a second. If you were following your mother, she went straight and you were making a left turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you weren't going to be following her anymore.
Well, we were both going home, but me and my sister had to stop at another store to do some errands. So we were going to meet my mom at home anyway.
Okay. What happened when you made the left?
I guess they were looking for trouble because it could have stopped when I took the left turn because they came around the corner and basically was following me.
Okay, so they were following you, and what happened?
And I basically brake checked them.
You brake checked them. When you say brake checked them, which means you put on the
Put
brake.
on brakes. They could have went around. It was a 2-lane going our way, and they didn't. So I slowed down to 5 miles an hour, and then I stopped. Before I get out of the car, both of them were out of their truck. And I got out of the car, and I was the one with what's the problem. And that's when me and the passenger started fighting.
So, okay, so that's your first mistake, both of you.
Yes.
I can sort of see it. Playing hopscotch with cars, and then you both got annoyed with each other and made some profanity back and forth. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you stopped your car.
Yes.
That's dumb,
Yes.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you both got out of your cars, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Second dumb. And then the two of you started to fight, right?
Yes, it was basically 2 brothers against me, 2 against 1.
Well, not initially. Initially, it was just the two of you. That's what you told me, Stephen, right?
Yeah.
That's how
you
it
got out,
started.
you got out. But then the brother got out. And then the two of you then were fighting with you.
Yes.
Now, according to your mother's answer and your answer, you were injured.
Yes.
Tell me about your injuries.
Well, I was on the ground, and I guess I got kicked in the head, and my skin split, my forehead split, and I was bleeding pretty badly. After the incident, I went to the hospital and got medical attention and 8 or 9 staples, and it's healing up. I guess it's healed by now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She understands that her son was stupid to stop the truck. You don't think your boys were stupid. Stupid!
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carolyn Cruz claims her sons, James and Jared, were falsely charged with assault by Tina Debo and her son Stephen after a driving incident. The Debos are countersuing for medical bills.
Now, Miss Debo,
Yes.
how were you assaulted?
When I got there parked, that's my kid. I ran, stop. Then I didn't do nothing to them. All I wants to get after my boy. He ought to know better. That's dumb. And I go, Steve. The next thing he was holding, and all they did just kick. That time I couldn't see which one. More I got close, it was one of my kids. And I hold my son. This is so crazy. They there. You guys was there. That's first thing I said. And he goes, Mom, and all I see blood. And all I did, oh my God, quit. Then I told this boy, stop. But I could understand when I couldn't fight in the middle, they all steam, whatever, I'm gonna get hit. I'm not complaining that. I cut in the middle, all I did holding my boy. Oh my God.
So are you telling me that when you got in the middle of these two
They
boys
didn't
on your
stop.
son, they didn't stop?
And I looked straight in the eye. This is enough. You guys gotta be better than this. This is not an animal. Once bleeding to death and stop, then I don't know which one you or you say who you. Next thing, drop right on here and go like this.
So somebody hit you in the face?
Yes. Then I told my daughter, Lisa, get the pencil and paper. This is enough. Get their tag number. Steve, let's go. That's what happened.
Your Honor.
Yes.
As I broke them 2 up as they were fighting.
Which
And
2?
Them 2. And
Are you going to tell me that you didn't throw any punches at this young man?
no.
No,
I did-
you were
no.
punching him.
That is your brother.
Yeah.
You were
In
punching him.
In defense, yeah. We defended ourselves, and I'm like, let's just go. We don't need to be fighting. Let's leave this alone. So I tell Jared to get in the truck. So we get in the truck, and we slowly back up. And of course, there's cars around, so I'm not able to hardly go anywhere. So I slowly start taking off, and that's when she shows up. She jumps on my truck and tells me to stop. I'm scared of her. I don't even open up that door. I stop and I don't even open up the door. I crawl over to the other side.
Are you telling me that nobody hit her in the face?
Yes, ma'am. That's what we're saying.
Did somebody hit you in the face?
Not only hitting, man. When I tried to get there, I said, don't you guys have a mother? This is crazy. None of them stopped. You both went crazy. All I could do is just leave my boy alone. Let us go.
Your boy
Get there,
should have
take
gone
Hey,
right.
hey, listen to me. You weren't there, right?
Right.
Good. So let's see what we have here. Now you can stand up with your boys.
Thank you.
And I still have a scar. Whatever your boy kicked me, pull my hair through the truck.
Your
It's
son-
not.
No,
That's
listen,
right.
Miss Cruz, listen to me. You weren't there.
I wasn't.
Right.
But my sons have a record for the rest of their life, a felony record, that they won't be able to get a job for because this mother was not there either.
Just
Yes,
a
she
second.
was.
No, you're
At
wrong,
the
Miss
end.
Cruz. You're wrong, Miss Cruz. Shh.
You are
You're
wrong.
absolute. Shh. She was there.
At the end.
I don't care if it's the middle or the beginning of the end. She was there. She was there. And I believe her when she says she was assaulted. Oh, I believe her when she says she was assaulted. There are certain things that are not in dispute. It's not in dispute that these 3 young men engaged in a very juvenile activity while
But he's
behind...
not a juvenile.
I want to tell you something. You keep protecting these 2 young boys, they're not just going to have a felony record from their past, they're going to have a felony record in their future. You know, you're supposed to think common sense. And you're suing them. They didn't bring suit against you. They're counterclaiming because you sued them. My sense is from reading their answer, she understands that her son was stupid to stop the truck. You don't think your boys were stupid. Stupid!
And man,
Just a second. Hey, stupid. And they brought this on, the 3 of them, themselves. You don't think that they have any fault in this. How do you? Who spoke? Who? Out. You related to this case? Yes. Out. You don't speak out in my courtroom. Because I tell you this, Miss Cruz, if one of your sons was in a truck and there were 2 of them, I guarantee you'd be screaming and ranting and raving like a lunatic. So you seem to feel as if your boys were innocent victims here. They were not. The 3 of them are guilty of acting stupid.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This was a case of 3 stupid people who got involved with road rage.
dumb,
Dumb.
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 Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Carolyn Cruz charges her sons James and Jared were falsely arrested after a driving incident involving Tina Debo and her son Stephen.
My sense is, common sense suggests to me that he's not going to start up with your boys with his mother a car length away and his 16-year-old sister sitting in the car. But whoever started this stupidity, he ended up hospitalized. Not them. 2 against 1. So where you get the nerve to sue them because your boys are going to have a felony record, I have no clue. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Next time you're behind the wheel of a car, you won't stop the car. If what you say is true, you'll just keep going. Right?
Yes.
Good. Now, it's clear to me that there was a time during the course of this interaction that the 2 of you were assaulting him. That's not a fair fight.
He said he can take on both of us.
Just a second. You're telling me now that this man, he said to you, come on, I can take on both of you.
Yeah, he jumps out the car, and then first we were going to settle things out. And
Oh,
then
just
he's
a minute.
like,
So what you're telling me now, Jared, is that you got out of the car, and you were calm, and you just said, what's the problem? We're going to settle this out, right?
yeah, I was asking him what the problem was, because I don't understand why he stopped in the middle of the road to fight us.
Just a second. Why did you stop your car?
Because we had to stop. We'd run in the back of him.
Oh, are you telling me,
Yes.
just listen to me, are you telling me now that you could not have gotten around him?
He
if
slammed
stopped
on
the
his
car?
brakes in front of the 2 lanes in the middle of it.
So that would have made you concerned, wouldn't it?
He
Just a
followed.
second. Would that have made you concerned?
Yes.
Let's assume that that's true. That he was acting irrationally?
Yes.
Why did you get out of your car?
He got out. He stopped in front of us, jumped out of his car, wanting to fight us. And then I was going to jump. I jumped out with James to ask him what his problem was.
Is it okay that he turns when he's not supposed to turn?
I'm telling you that there are 3 dumb people here. You seem to think that there's only one.
Wouldn't have happened if he hadn't done it.
Assuming what you say is correct, Miss Cruz, assuming that they made a left turn, he followed them, he cut them off.
Oh,
That- I know you say it's not true, but assuming that what you say is true, they both got out of the car and beat him up.
Well, we didn't
It was
force him
all
to throw the first
self-defense.
punch.
It was all
The
self-defense.
detective
We didn't force him to.
did a full investigation when this was all over with.
Yes.
And he
found out what?
found out that they lied.
No, that's not what they found out. No.
That's what he told me.
No. First, A, I don't believe you that that's what he told you. But B, what he found out is that this was a case of 3 stupid people who got involved with road rage.
He should have never got out of the car.
Absolutely
Dumb.
correct. Dumb.
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 Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
You don't seem to think, Miss Cruz, that your boys did anything wrong. And you're wrong.
And that's wrong, man.
Hey. Listen, you spent $2,500 on a lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
You spent a couple of $1,000s on medical bills?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Sounds to me as if you both had a good lesson. That if you're involved with somebody on the road that seems to be acting in an irrational manner, whether it's you or whether it's him, you keep on going. And you don't get out of the car and say to somebody who seems to be, according to you, acting irrationally, hey, let's try to settle this in a reasonable fashion. Because I don't believe that's what happened. I don't believe that's what happened. And these two mothers weren't there at the beginning. All I know is there were two of you, there was one of him, and he ended up getting 8 stitches across his head. So your lawsuit's dismissed and your counterclaim's dismissed. I hope you learned a good lesson. Stay in your car. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're right.
And on the next Judge Judy.
Like Mom says, I guess don't get out of the vehicle with 2 hoodlums.
He came over to our truck, and we just had to defend ourselves.
Now he has a felony record for the rest of his life because of this matter.
That's not the way we should raise kids.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Dinatelli versus Simonson, step forward, please.
Engineer Jay Dinatelli is suing fellow dog owners, 23-year-old Jessica Simonson and her father, Eric Simonson, for injuries to his hand and legs. Jay says he suffered leash burns when Jessica's pit bull attacked his dogs.
Husband and wife?
Father-daughter.
Father-daughter. Never can tell. It's Hollywood. Whose dog is it?
He was mine.
What kind of dog was he?
Staffordshire Terrier.
That's a pit bull.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long did you have him?
2 years.
Where is he now?
I'm assuming he was given to another home after I released him to the SPCA when I had to move and get rid of him.
You had to move from where to where?
From the house I was living in into a different house, which did not allow me to keep him.
So you don't know where he is?
Correct.
How old are you?
23.
What's your father doing here?
He's property owner where the incident happened.
Okay. So you're walking your dogs on a leash.
Yes, Your Honor.
And out from nowhere comes a pit bull.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were injured. You want to tell me how that happened?
Sure. As you know, I was walking my dogs on the levee, and suddenly my dogs alerted to something in back of me. I turned around, and there's a pit bull just charging towards me from about 150 feet away. It was very aggressive. It ran straight up to my dogs, tail straight in the air, very dominant posture, and quite frankly, I was terrified. I yelled at the dog to go home, paid no attention to me. About a minute later, I saw Miss Simonson emerge. She yelled something at her dog. The dog paid no attention to her. I yelled at her to control your dog, and at that point she strolled towards us, which I found kind of amazing that she wasn't sprinting down the levee. She grabbed for the dog on 2 or 3 different occasions, and every time she reached down to grab her dog, it would scoot away, and in the scuffle, the leashes got wrapped around me, and that's how I got my injuries.
Tell me about your injuries.
The injuries were both to my hand and to both of my legs. They were burn-type injuries produced by the retractable leash. I've got photos of them if you'd like.
I'd like to see.
I was wearing walking shorts at the time, so both of my legs were bare. The worst injury was the injury to my pinky finger, but they were all pretty bad injuries. It caused me a lot of pain for a week, and the injury to my hand took a full month to heal. I have a permanent scar right now.
Can I see it, please? Step up. I see it right here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Frightening, scary, but you don't do hand commercials, right?
I'm a professor, so I lecture for a living, but no, I don't do hand commercials. Okay. You're right.
One of the other things I was interested in is that you indicate that when you made an investigation, you discovered that this was not the first complaint of this dog being out unattended.
That's correct, Your Honor.
You have any proof of that, sir?
Yes, I do.
When did this incident happen?
January 3rd of 2003, and those complaint reports show that there were 4 formal complaints filed against this dog and this owner within the previous 18 months.
Did you know that there had been prior violations filed, that the dog was out?
No, ma'am, I was not aware.
Well, you did.
I was not aware of 4 of them, no.
How many were you aware of?
2.
2's enough. This dog hurt somebody else in the same kind of circumstances. White pit bull jumped the fence this morning. The complainant fell back and injured back trying to keep the dogs apart.
I was in LA at the time.
Who cares where you were? All right, I'll hear you.
My version of what happened was I let my dog out to go to the bathroom. What do
you mean you let your dog out to go to the bathroom?
I opened the sliding glass door to let him out into the backyard.
How many violations had you had at that time? 2, according to you?
That I'm aware of, yes.
I don't care what your version is. You just answered your own question. You just resolved this lawsuit. This lawsuit says that you were negligent, careless, and as a result of that, he was injured. Don't you get it? You knew you had a dog that twice caused other people to call and register complaints, and instead of putting your pants on and putting the dog on a leash, you opened the door and let him out.
I was out there with him.
Who cares? Do you get it, Mr. Simonson?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, I'm glad you both get it.
However, I disagree that the dog is potentially vicious. This dog is...
I don't care what you believe. The dog caused injury to him. Don't be a fool. The dog was not within the control of his owner.
I agree with that, Your Honor.
Perfect. I don't know whether or not your injuries are worth $5,000, which is what you're suing for, but their stupidity is worth $5,000. And the lesson to be learned is worth $5,000, that when you have a dog that is capable of causing serious physical injury or death, you don't open the door and let the dog out to go to the bathroom alone. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 396 on the calendar in the matter of Bolden versus Maker. President sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. May I have a seat, please?
Mr. Bolden, the defendant was your girlfriend at one time.
Yes.
About 9 years ago.
Yes.
And you have a child together, a boy. You have been legally declared the father of that child. Is that right? In a court.
Yes.
You had taken a paternity test when he was born, and the paternity test established that you are, in fact, the child's father.
Right.
Recently, you began to have certain reservations about that because you say he doesn't look like you.
Right.
So you wanted to have another paternity test.
Yes.
According to you, Ms. Maker agreed to take another paternity test. You made the arrangements, and she didn't show up, so you want to be reimbursed for the test. Ms. Maker said, I never agreed to take another paternity test. My son is 9 years old. He doesn't have a relationship with his father. His father is really losing out. She doesn't have to be told twice that you're the child's father. You are his father. That's what the case is about. You want the money back that you put down for the paternity test for the second test, which is $630. So before we move on, Mr. Bolden, who is this?
That's my girlfriend.
What possible information could she have with regard to this case?
Well, she's just here to back me up, saying that, I have papers right here saying where she signed to take this paternity test.
So what evidence?
She's just here with me really for support.
That's very stupid on your part, to bring her here for no reason. I'm just telling you. She's just an irritant.
Well, I'm here.
Mr. Bolden, so let's move back. Can I see the results of the first paternity test that you took? The bloods were drawn on both of you on the same date. Were you present together when the bloods were drawn?
Yes.
And the child's blood was taken the same time?
Yes.
And according to this paternity test, sir, there is a 99.85 probability that you are the father of this child.
Your Honor, where we're from, I've been hearing reports that, it's been tampering with tests, so I figured I'd take another chance with it.
But he waited 8 years.
Just a second.
8 years.
The defendant, she didn't tell me she was pregnant until she was 8 months alone.
You're lying.
No.
Listen to me. I don't want to hear that.
Well, he's telling a lie.
Listen to me. Listen to me, Mr. Bolden. You may, and I assume that you don't have a relationship with this boy. Is that right?
No, he doesn't.
No. That's why I want to get this all out in the open.
Oh, just a second. It's all out in the open, sir. You have an order of affiliation, and you have an order of support, and you have a blood test that was done by a laboratory that the courts in your jurisdiction has deemed an appropriate facility for taking and drawing blood. 99.85. I suggest, sir, that you have to move on. You're going to pay support for this boy until he is 18 years old. And if you choose not to have a relationship with him, that's your loss and his loss. Now, when did she agree to take another test?
March the 19th is the day she signed the paper.
Let me see. Tell me about the conversation you had with her.
Well, it was pretty brief. I went to her residence and told her I didn't think the child was mine.
What made you think 8.5 years later, what woke up and, you got this bee in your bonnet 8.5 years later that the child wasn't yours? What happened?
I always had my doubts.
But what was it 8.5 years later?
The child doesn't look like me. Not at all.
Does it look like his mother?
Doesn't even look like her.
Just a second. Doesn't look like the mother either.
No.
You're being foolish, Mr. Bolden. Okay, so let me just understand. You went over there to her and you said to her, he doesn't look like me. I don't think he's mine. I want to take another blood test?
Right.
And she said, okay.
Yes.
Why would she agree 8.5 years later to take this test?
Maybe she was sure, he was mine.
No. Why would she agree to take the test? That's something that just doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
What makes sense to me is that she would be angry with you, that she would feel as if you have shortchanged this boy by not participating in his life for 8.5 years, that while she gets child support from you, she would have preferred a little bit more support in other areas, emotional support with the boy, which you haven't given her. So you want me to believe that you went over there and said, listen, I want to take another blood test, so I not only cut off all emotional support, which I haven't given you, but I'm going to cut off financial support too, if he's not mine. So I want you to sign this piece of paper, and she just went and signed the piece of paper. Is that what you want me to
First, we went to
believe?
the family court. I filed a petition.
Oh, okay. So first you went for the family court, and and what happened?
They denied me. The judge said...
Oh, just a second. So you went to the family court, and you filed a petition that said, I really want another blood test because I don't think he's mine because he doesn't look like me.
Right.
And you brought her to court.
Yes.
When he served you with the papers to go to family court.
And they sent me the notice of when the date was, and it was on March 2nd.
Okay. Were you surprised to get it?
Yes.
Were you annoyed?
Yeah, because I've been getting a lot of papers from him about crazy stuff.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You are frustrated and annoyed with him, right?
Yes.
You picked him. He can't help being stupid. You had a choice.
And later today...
When did this incident happen with your dad?
May 18th. He told me to step outside and ask for the razor. Then he slapped me in the face twice, put the razor to my face, and that's when I jerked away from him and started running.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cardell Bolden claims ex-girlfriend Lisa Maker owes for a DNA test that never happened. Cardell says he arranged the test because Lisa's son looks nothing like him.
Did you sign this piece of paper?
Yes, because when we went to court that morning, and we was leaving out of court, and he says, Lisa, can we get more tests done? I says, no, I'm done with it. I said, I'm not doing anything. The only thing I need from you now is his insurance papers because he do pay medical insurance for him through his job. A couple days later, he comes to the house. Comes in, my son is in there. He never speaks, never says one word to my son, which he does it all the time, because he says that my son is not his. We had the test. I'm like, oh, well, if you want to sit up there and miss out, that's on you. I'm not worried about it. He says, here's the papers. I signed. I said, get out, because it didn't make sense for a grown man to walk in my house, not speak to that child or anything. He left. Lab court calls me.
So what you're telling me is you thought that these papers had to do with your son's medical insurance.
Because my son does not get Medicaid through the state. So when he leaves, lab court calls me. I told the lady, I said, look, I don't have to go take no test. The state says I don't. I ain't going to do it. Goodbye. Don't call my house no more. Hung up.
She knew what those papers were, Your Honor.
Why would I sit there and sign?
And we both read through them.
Listen to me. Don't answer. You're always supposed to read what you sign.
But how, I mean, my son is right in the house. This man walks in the house and not even speak to my son.
It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious and stupid.
It is.
It's a product of a stupid mind, an uncaring mind. It's a product of somebody who says that it's the fault of a 9-year-old child to be born.
Yeah.
Why didn't you speak to him?
That's all irrelevant, Your Honor.
Why didn't you speak to him?
I didn't even see her son was not present.
He was right there.
Her cousin was there. Her son was not there.
He was in the house.
Just a second. Have you ever spoken to him?
Yes.
What have you said to him?
Hey, how you doing?
I mean, I speak to him.
He doesn't know who his dad is, so he's making my son the same way he is. But it's all going to change.
Why not take the test?
I don't have to take anything.
Goodbye.
I don't have to take.
Listen to me. You're in a court. I don't know where you think you are. So far, you're not losing, but you're irritating me. You are frustrated and annoyed with him, right?
Yes.
You picked him. You picked him to father your child. He can't help being stupid. You had a choice. You picked him. So I would suggest you keep your mouth shut. Right? Good. Your case is dismissed, sir. You don't wish to have a relationship with this child. That's your prerogative. You will support him until he's a majority. That's all.
My son has a lot of positive men in his life.
Parties on Fisher versus Fisher. Step forward, please.
30-year-old optometrist Svetlana Fisher is suing her stepmother, Reza Fisher, for money left in her late father's estate. Reza is countersuing for his funeral expenses.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 35 on the calendar in the matter of Fisher versus Fisher. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, please.
It's always sad when families are ripped apart when somebody dies. Miss Fisher, according to your complaint, the defendant, who is your father's second wife,
Correct.
Took money from the estate and really appropriated it. And her defense is, I assume, based upon your answer, well, she did do that, but you didn't pay for any part of your dad's funeral. Is that what this case is about?
Yes.
How old was your dad when he died?
He was 57 years old.
Was it a sudden? 58?
59.
Was his death sudden?
It was a very sudden death after an unsuccessful heart surgery last August.
And your dad, I assume, did not have a will?
He did not have a will, no.
Mrs. Fisher, how long had you been married to Mr. Fisher before he died?
We were married legally almost 3 years, but we lived longer. We lived together almost 4.5 years.
But you only were married for 3 years?
3, yeah.
And I assume, Miss Fisher, that your father did not have a will?
That's correct. And my stepmother, I went to the bank the next day after my dad died, and the people at the bank told me, I'm so sorry about your father. I said, how do you know? They said, well, your stepmother was here closing all of the accounts. That was the next day after he died, before even he was buried. So she had closed all of their joint account the next day.
All right, so there was certain money that was in joint accounts.
That's correct.
That's not the basis of your lawsuit.
That's correct.
What is the basis of your lawsuit, Mr.
My
Fisher?
father had an account way before they were married in a stock account. It was his sole account in his sole name.
It's not true.
When he died, there was $19,090.84. We had started.
Let's round it out to $20,000.
Okay.
There was $20,000 in this stock account that you say was in your dad's name alone.
That's correct. And I have papers here.
Can I see what you have, please?
Yes, this shows that the papers were in his name alone. This shows how much money and that it went to Raisa's account when she closed it. And here's a letter with her stating to transfer all of the funds to now her new account from that account. We had started with...
On what date did your father pass away?
August 6th, 96.
Well, this withdrawal was made on October 9th.
That's correct.
Did you withdraw all of this money, this $19,090 from this stock account?
No, I didn't withdraw him because...
Did you transfer it to a different account?
It took a long time while they processed the claim and they gave me the money. It wasn't like that. It wasn't anything like it.
Well, if your husband died without a will, and this account was in his name...
Yeah, but the stocks he bought and sold together, being married to me, they were purchased and sold during the marriage, so it's a community property.
Who told you that?
Who told me that?
Yeah.
Well, my lawyer told me that, and I know it because we were...
That's not true.
He was buying
no.
and selling.
No, that's not true. You have a statement of the net worth of the account prior to their marriage 3 years ago? What was the...
No, she doesn't have that.
Well, do you?
Not true.
Do
Yes,
you?
I do.
Well, how much was in the account 3 years ago?
Nothing. When I married him, he lived in a very little apartment. Everything was from the garage sale. That's
Mrs. Fisher, Mrs. Fisher,
wife left him.
Mrs. Fisher, don't try to deflect my attention.
No, I don't.
He had a stock fund.
Right.
Now, if he only had $1,000 in that stock fund that was in his name alone at the time you married, and during the course of your marriage, you both contributed to the stock fund, and it was built up to $20,000, I may agree with you.
Yes, we did contribute it together.
I might, if you could, did you have things in both your names?
In the
in
stock?
joint names? No, not the stock. You had things in both your names. Is that correct?
Of course, everything we have in both names.
Not this. This was only in his name.
Yeah, that's true. That's
well, if this is only in his name, what?
Doesn't matter whose name it is, because I was married to him. It's a community.
No.
We were buying and selling it together. He was unemployed most of the time.
Mrs. Fisher, you just told me in your answer, and I want you to make sure that you tell me the truth, madam, because I'm like a truth machine. You told me that you're struggling, that you don't make a lot of money, and that it was very, very hard for you to pay for his funeral because you don't make any money, right? That's what you told me. So how could you say that you contributed to stocks?
Yes, I did, because I had money in my account before I was married. I had money. I had an IRA account.
Show me withdrawals that you gave, and show me where you made withdrawals to put in to purchase stocks.
Yes, I will.
Okay, good.
Judge, I want to say...
Just a second. I want to see that. That's very important. I want to see the money that you took out of your accounts and trace that money to giving it to your husband to purchase stocks.
I have that I contributed to IRA, which
I'm not interested in your IRA. I'm not interested in the IRA. I'm interested, madam, in his stock account.
Yeah,
because clearly...
I have that I took from my account. They took it from me. I don't know.
That they took it from you. We'll wait till you get it.
Yeah.
We'll take a recess,
and
get
here,
it.
by the way, the stocks, they all were bought, that one that I sold, they all were bought in 1996.
So?
Bought and sold when we were married.
Mrs. Fisher, I know you've got it in your head that if your husband bought and sold securities while you were married, that's community property.
Right.
No! Wrong. Wrong. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say in 1940, her father bought Pepsi-Cola at $2 a share. And he decided to sell his Pepsi-Cola in 1996, when it's worth, I don't know, $200 a share. Are you suggesting to me that that becomes community property because it's sold when you're married?
No.
Now, are you suggesting to me that if he sold Pepsi-Cola and he bought IBM with the proceeds because he bought it and sold it while you were married, that the IBM becomes yours? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything.
No. I'm trying to follow your logic. You say because he bought and sold these stocks while you were married,
that's right,
that they're yours.
Yes.
Well, and so I asked you a simple question. Assuming that your husband bought Pepsi-Cola in 1940 and sold it in 1996 and bought IBM with the profit that he made.
No, but these stocks...
You believe that that stock in IBM would be community property and therefore be yours?
I don't know, you know better.
Right, I know better. Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's bitter and angry because my mother was the one who took my dad to the hospital when he died.
It's my car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stepdaughter Svetlana Fisher claims stepmother Raisa Fisher kept all the money from her late father's estate. Raisa says it was left to her alone.
Did you ever sign a document that said that you were his sole heir and beneficiary?
Pardon?
Did you ever sign a document indicating that you were his sole heir and beneficiary?
No, but I was giving the letter that I was solely responsible for all his financial matters by Svetlana, that I am his widow, responsible for everything.
We're talking apples and oranges, madam. She says that you signed the document with the stock account that she wants to give me right now. Is that the document?
Under penalty of perjury.
Just a second. Show it to her, please, and see if that's her signature. That you signed this document saying that you were his sole heir. Is that your signature?
Yes, on that account.
Good.
Yes.
Can I see it?
That's the only account.
No,
that
there's
I'm
two
suing
accounts.
For. This is the only
that
account
she
that I'm
received,
suing
her
for.
sister and her received.
I have not received anything.
That's
not
right,
a
because
penny.
she wasn't even a beneficiary on his IRA account. I don't think she deserved anything.
Just a second. She says that she's not interested in anything else and she has not gotten any other money.
And she's not...
Just a second. That's what she said. So this is the only thing. This says, you signed it, no other person has a right to the decedent's interest in the above property.
Yeah, because I believe it's my money. Exactly my money.
Do you know what the law is in the state of California with regard to someone who dies without a will?
But that's not...
Do you know what the law is in the state of California with regard to someone who dies without a will, Mrs. Fisher? How their property is distributed if they have children. Mrs. Fisher, you're not a...
Yeah, but these children, you can ask my sister if anybody saw her ever at his house. She didn't want to know. She has no relationship. She's 31 years old. She never showed her face. When he was on a deathbed, she left for the wedding and left. I begged her, please don't leave. She said, we'll see about it. And she went to Utah for her boyfriend, sister wedding. And he was dying there. And when she came back, she was angry with me. Why didn't you disconnect him? Why you let him suffer like that? She started hating me for that.
Mrs. Fisher, 10 minutes ago, you tried to deflect my attention from something. My court officer has known me for 15, 20 years. He will tell you that I have a mind like a vice. The question I asked you was, in the state of California, you know that when you die without a will, your property is divided if you have a wife, between your wife and your children, and if you don't have a wife, and if you just have children, then it's just the children, and if you just have grandchildren, then it's the grandchildren. So you knew that she was entitled to 1/3.
No, I didn't. My lawyer told me that
Don't tell me what your lawyer told you.
Yeah, that's what
Don't tell me what your lawyer told you. You believe that because these stocks were bought and sold during the course of the time that you lived together, that's community property.
Though. He had 2 accounts, which they collected, the same almost amount that I collected.
Just a second, she didn't collect anything.
Because her father didn't count her in, even on IRA. Ask why she's not on it. Her name wasn't even there.
That was a different sister. Her other sister collected because that property was left. Her sister was the beneficiary.
She wasn't even a beneficiary for anything.
She was the baby.
Mrs. Fisher, I'm just going to ask you a couple more questions, please, and then I'm going to finish this case. When you married your husband 3 years ago...
That's right.
How much money did you have in the bank?
Who? Me?
You.
It's your business.
Excuse me?
I have $20,000 on my own.
Show me.
Show?
Yeah.
Why
show me? You had $20,000 of your own?
Yes. I have an IRA that I put my both children on it, but he didn't because the way they were behaving, they weren't close at all.
Mrs. Fisher, you had $20,000 when you married him.
Yes.
In your own IRAs, is that right?
On my IRA, right.
You still have your IRA?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Still have your IRA. And how much did you collect from your husband's estate up until today's date?
How much I collected?
Yes. How much money?
$19,000. $19,000.
Just on the single.
And I spent $9,000 for the funeral.
Just a second. $19,000.
Right.
That's all you collected was $19,000. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That is only on his own account with his own name. That does not contribute to the car that he had fully paid and all their joint accounts.
I'm talking about everything. The joint accounts, Mrs. Fisher, not only this $19,000.
We only have one checking account, and that's it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Okay, now you can go shopping for the next husband to rob.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Raisa Fisher says her late husband did not want his daughter to benefit from the money he left behind. Svetlana Fisher says her father left her at least part of the money.
How much money was there, Miss Fisher, in the joint accounts?
I don't know. I have no idea. I never inquired.
It's what?
How much we had? Like five? I don't remember now. Maybe 3,000, maybe 5,000. I don't remember now.
Well, this is money that you owe her. There was $19,000. How many sisters do you have?
My sister had a lawsuit that she was in court last month, and she won. And Raisa is appealing that, but she won because it was, again, 1/3, same situation. I believe that she is countersuing me for any funeral expenses because she's bitter and angry. Because my mother was the one who took my dad to the hospital when he died, not her.
It was my card. It was my card.
Insurance card.
Judge Judy, can I tell you
And she's
something?
just bitter and angry because
no, I'm
my
not
father
bitter. I
had
don't mind
friendly relationship.
Let me say something, okay? My husband didn't keep his job. He was a very good engineer, but mostly he was doing stocks. That was like his job. And he was in and out of job, never had insurance. After extensive surgery 2 years ago, I continued working for a minimum wage almost. I'm working for my company, okay? And sustaining that insurance that they didn't cost him, instead of being grateful to me, my insurance paid over $300,000 for his illness, for her father's illness. And I was there day and night, in and out of the emergency room because I had a nervous breakdown. So that's how close I was to my husband, how I loved him, and I was there for him. But she wasn't. She went to the wedding. She went to the wedding when he was dying. I don't think she does not deserve any money. Nothing. None.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you are mistaken. You are mistaken.
I don't know. And plus,
you don't know. I'm telling you.
She's an optometrist. She drives Lexus. She lives south of Boulevard. Look at me. I live in a rundown apartment in Reseda. And I am poor. I am the one poor. She's rich.
Listen to me. Mrs. Fisher, I want you to listen to me, madam. Listen to me.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
Right? You were not married to your husband for 30 years.
Doesn't matter.
Yep. Listen to me. No, there's a certain equity, madam. I want to explain. There's a certain equity. If you were married to this man for 30 years, I would have a lot more sympathy in your position when you say, look, I need the money. I'm poor. I understand that he had children from a prior relationship, but we cared for each other. We had a life together for 30 years. You were married for 3 years before he died.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I'm not a greedy person. Absolutely not.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. A stepmother and daughter at war over her father's estate. Svetlana and Raisa Fisher are fighting over the money left behind.
You had plenty of money. Listen to me, Mrs. Fisher. You have a countersuit.
Svetlana says that she has no relevance to
you have a countersuit for the funeral expenses. You are not. They are not responsible for the funeral expenses.
Why am I then responsible?
No, you're
only
not.
3 years married.
I want to explain something to you. If you had to go into your own money to pay for your husband's funeral expenses, I would, as a matter of equity, see to it that they had to contribute to that. You just told me a moment ago you are whole. You came into this marriage 3 years ago with $20,000 in your IRA. You still have $20,000 in your IRA.
No, I have
in
more
addition,
than that.
well, now you have more, but certainly you didn't go into your own personal. Hey, I'm speaking.
I'm sorry.
You didn't go into your own personal money to pay for your husband of 3 years for his funeral. He left more than sufficient amount of money to pay for his funeral.
Yeah, but I'm not the one suing. They made my life hell. They dragged me to courts in and out, both of them. Ask when his daughter visited her father, or ask or give him something for the Father's Day last year. What did they give him? They didn't give him
please,
anything.
listen to me. Listen to me. Your lawsuit seeks $5,000. You are owed under this,
Thank you.
under the account that should have been distributed under the laws of intestacy. In this and most other jurisdictions, you are owed at minimum $6,000.
Exactly.
And therefore, I am awarding you $5,000.
Thank you.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $5,000. The counter suit for the funeral expenses is dismissed. The deceased paid for his own funeral expenses out of his own money. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you very much.
I'll be back over to your
She
right.
doesn't deserve a penny.
And on the next Judge Judy.
We had a very close relationship.
Never saw her face in his house.
That's correct, because she wouldn't allow us to come to the house.
Never.
My dad would come to our house. They would never
Our
allow
own
us.
children would steal money from our father's wallet, okay? And he told us that he only had two children, us, and not a drug addict child.
You never show your face anywhere.
Thank you.
You're greedy people.
I'm greedy?
Yeah.
You don't know
As if
me.
you had a lot to do with our father?
Yes,
Who
I
were you?
am.
Who
I
were
am.
you to our
Who are you? I'm not a greedy person. Absolutely not. If I would see that they were loving daughters, I would allow them to have something. And they got their more than their share.
Now you can go shopping for the next husband to rob. To the next husband to kill. None of my husbands. Well, you can go next.
On Davis versus Davis. Step forward, please.
23-year-old printer Rolanda Davis says she loaned her car to neighbor Rhonda Davis, and it came back damaged. Rhonda claims in her countersuit she owes her money for a missing gold ring.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 240 on the calendar in the matter of Davis versus Davis. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
I'm going to try to make this rather complicated case as simple as I can. You are not related to each other, even though you have the same last name.
No.
You are neighbors.
Yes.
She borrowed your car.
Yes, she did.
And it was involved in some sort of a traffic accident, and it was damaged.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And you want her to pay for the damage to the car.
Yes, I do.
She says that while you were babysitting for her, jewelry was stolen from her house. So she's countersuing you for the jewelry. She said, therefore, she doesn't have to pay for the car. Is that this case?
Yes, it is.
So at least we have one thing that's a given. You damaged her car.
Yes.
Now, in what month, date and month, did you damage her car? And you don't know this right off the top?
July 12th, Your Honor.
No, I don't.
July 12th is when you borrowed the car.
Yes.
How was it damaged? Tell me.
I was damaged on the on the driver's door.
And how did you do that?
I didn't do it. A car hit her car while I was parked.
So she says, Your Honor.
Whatever, you weren't there.
Right.
But it was damaged while it was in your control.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's not covered by insurance.
No, it's not.
Why did you let her borrow your car?
Because she asked me if she can borrow my car to go to the grocery store.
That's not true.
And I said, do you have a driver's license? And she said yes. And I let her drive my car. When she left, my car was a brand new car.
No, I understand that. She's
Okay.
acknowledging that the car was damaged while it was under her control.
Okay.
Did you have a driver's license?
No, I did not.
Why? Why did you use her car without having a driver's license?
She sent her daughter to come get me, to go to Lucky's, to go get some milk and cereal for her daughter because she was sick.
Your Honor.
I did her a favor.
Your Honor. She asked me to use my car. The first question I asked her, before I even answered her, was, do you have a driver's license?
That's not true.
She said yes.
Just a second. Did you have insurance?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Well, I had got the car in May, and I moved in June. I guess my insurance papers, from what the car dealership told me, went to my old address. Being that I didn't get them in time, they pinned it because I only had it a month after I got my car.
Well, so far you both sound very responsible. No insurance, no driver's license. It's a perfect match.
Okay.
All right. Now, when allegedly was this jewelry stolen and how? What month?
It was stolen August 23rd.
All right. 8/23. Now, between July 12th, when the car was damaged, and August 23rd, why didn't you pay her for the damage?
Because, for one thing, when after the accident had happened, okay, I came straight to Rolanda, and I said, Rolanda, someone had hit your car. We came out, we looked at the car. She said, Rhonda, don't worry about it. It's not that much damage. It could have happened to me if I'd have had your car. She said, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Come on now.
Shh. And so?
And so that was it, okay? August 23rd was my birthday. We needed a babysitter.
Just a minute. So are you telling me that between July 12th, when our car was damaged, and August 23rd, there was no other discussion about paying for the car?
None. None.
You say there was?
Yes, there was.
When was there?
When she came back, when she pulled back into the parking lot, and I came outside and seen my car, and I'm just shaking my head, and she was like, Rolanda, I'm going to help you fix your car. She said she's been knowing people who can fix my car, Your Honor. She said she's been knowing people, and I'll come to her door, I'll ask her sometime, I'll be like, have you talked to someone?
No,
and she'll be like, yeah, I know somebody who will fix the car.
Okay.
You know, and then she got mad when I was like, I'm not going to fix your car.
Who are you?
I'm her witness and roommate. We live together. When she was at the store, I was at Rolanda's house sitting, waiting for her because the store is not very far from where we stay at. Okay. When she came back, all three of us walked out where the car is parked at in front of our apartment building, and we looked at the car. You know, I was looking like, where's the dent, you know? And it was very small, like maybe if someone opened their door and maybe hit the car or something like that. That's what it looked like. To me, it wasn't major
I'm
at
going
all.
to see pictures of it. I assume the pictures are
It
here.
wasn't
Yes, I
major
do
at all.
have my pictures to prove that they're not little itty bitty dents.
I have pictures
I have
too.
some I have some damages that.
Just a shut.
Okay.
That's certainly not an itty bitty dent.
No, and that wasn't the dent that was in that car. Neither. Her car had been hit 3 times since that accident.
Well, when did you take pictures of it?
Maybe about 2 weeks ago when I knew that she was following this.
Just a second. 2 weeks ago this happened? 3
July
months
the
ago?
12th, Your Honor.
Yes, but I didn't know she was going to file no suit against me or anything like this.
When were these pictures taken?
Those pictures were taken 3 days ago.
3 days ago?
3 days ago.
Not interested in these pictures?
Well,
I
have
want
an
to see the estimate.
Okay. I have
right
an estimate,
after
Your
July
Honor.
12th.
I have an estimate, Your Honor, proving how much my driver's door does not open. My window is broken.
That window was in that
It
car.
has been rain, and my car, the door, it's rain, it's mildew stains inside of my car.
Your husband
Just a
broke the
minute.
window.
Hey! This damage report is 2.5 months after this incident.
Yes. Okay. Your Honor, I'm telling the guys all the truth. She damaged my car.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You copped an attitude, which I have a feeling you can do very easily, and you said, I'm not doing that.
And later today,
Whoever made the decision that this was not going to be a long-term relationship, whether it was you or whether it was him, whoever it was, you're very lucky.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rolanda Davis says after she loaned her car to her neighbor, 36-year-old Rhonda Davis, she returned it with extensive damage. Rhonda admits the car was wrecked, but says Rolanda stole a gold ring from her home, making them even.
She acknowledges she damaged your car. You do not have an estimate within a day, or 2, a week after the accident.
Right.
$1,500 is practically what they charge just to look at a car. One of these car doctors, they come out in a white coat and they look at it. The looking costs $1,500. So we're not talking about a lot of money. The damage that you caused to the car was at least probably $1,500.
Yes.
If they have to pull it out, they have to repaint it, they have to buff it out. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So $1,500 she's entitled to for the car. Now, you have to prove to me that she took your jewelry. Prove it.
Only way that I can prove it is that when we got ready to leave, when I got to the club, Jocelyn noticed that my jewelry was gone. What I did, I immediately got on the phone. I called Rolanda. I said, I dialed my number. Rolanda answered my phone. She said, hello. I said, Rolanda, this is Rhonda. First thing I said, how's the kids? She said, everything okay? I said, Rolanda, I left my rings on top of the TV. Can you please go get them for the kids won't mess with them? She said, okay. I said, I'm going to hold on until you do this. I was holding on the phone. Whether Rolanda went in my room to check to see was the rings there or not, I was holding on. She came back to the phone. She said, okay, I got them. I said, okay, everything's okay? She said, yes. I hung up the phone. When I returned home, I say approximately maybe about 2:30, close to 2:45. Immediately as I walked in my door, I seen my table, the glass was broke, Then Rolanda said, the window in the room is broke. I said, the room window. So I goes in the room and I pulls the curtain back. The whole window is busted out, A family heirloom that I had from my grandmother that's passed, that was broke, My rings was missing, all in one night.
Okay. What happened?
She called. And she did tell me that her ring was somewhere in her room. She did say that she would hold while I go in the room. I did not go in that room because I didn't want to be responsible for nothing coming up
Just
missing.
a second.
Okay.
Stop you right there.
All right.
She called. She said, I'll hold on.
I sat the phone
Just
down.
a second.
Okay.
She said, I'll hold on while you go inside and get my rings because I don't want the kids. That's what she said to you.
Right.
And you did what?
And I sat the phone down and sat there. I did not come back and reply to her. I got them.
Yes, you did.
Oh, sure you did.
Yes, you did. That's what it was.
Sure you did.
Holding on.
Okay.
No, that's why excuse me.
No.
Excuse
Hey,
me.
oh, sure you did.
She is lying. No, I did not. My mother is right here.
Let me tell you why you did. Let me tell you why you did. Because it doesn't make sense. It's not logical for you to have then walked back and said, I don't have the rings. I'm sorry. You put the phone down. You said, gonna wait a couple of minutes. You picked the phone up. You said, got him.
I didn't say got him.
What did you say?
I told her I was not going in her room because I wasn't going to be responsible.
No, you didn't.
That's what I said.
Oh, you please,
I didn't
give me a
leave
break.
out that living room.
Give.
Your Honor,
You got
that
my
is
rings.
the truth. I didn't leave out the living room.
Oh, I believe it.
I stayed
How you
right
know the
next door
bedroom
to
window
her.
was
Listen to
broke?
me. Listen to me.
Okay.
Either way,
Okay.
you're responsible. She's absolutely right. Either way, you're responsible. She called you.
That's what I
You were
did.
babysitting for her children. She said, I left my rings. Please go inside and secure them. Instead of doing that, you copped an attitude, which I have a feeling you can do very easily, and you said, I'm not doing that. You took the phone, put it down, waited a minute, picked it up and said, I got him.
That's what she did.
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Sure you did. Tell me what rings were missing.
This is the rings right here. I have the things from the rings and everything. They're not even finished paying for. Here's everything for the rings. It's
I
the
never
ones that's
entered a room at all.
That's your problem.
Circle.
Then you
Here's-
lied.
Here's
No,
my
I didn't.
stuff
Oh,
for
sure you
my-
did.
For my table.
Oh, sure
I
you
didn't-
did.
I got
How?
the window fixed, but not the table.
How,
but
Your
this
Honor?
is
How did you lie?
Yeah.
You lied because you told her I got the rings.
No,
Here
I
we go,
didn't.
right
Oh, I
never
believe you
told her
did.
that.
Listen, I may be wrong. I was wrong once in 1950. I don't remember what it was. But I'm sure I was wrong
And
once
this
in
day too,
1950.
Your Honor, because I didn't say that to her.
Be quiet.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. And later today,
You are so full of baloney.
Am I?
You are so full of baloney. But you're a very quick thinker.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
This case is going to turn out to be a wash, you know. Because I believe that you should have paid for the car, for the damage to the car. I believe that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Miss Attitude over here decided that she was tired of asking you to pay for the car and made things sort of even. Your lawsuit is dismissed. Your countersuit is dismissed because they're just for about the same amount of money. The loss of the rings, the damage to her car, it's a wash.
with me.
That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back, go to your right, please.
All right.
And now the next case.
Parties on Penda versus Crane. Step forward, please.
55-year-old engineering assistant Dee Pender says she bought a computer for 43-year-old Robert Crane while the two were dating. Robert claims he knows nothing about it.
While you and the defendant were dating, you claimed that you bought a computer for him, he agreed to pay you for the computer, stopped dating, and he hasn't paid you for the computer.
Right.
That's simple?
Right.
He says he doesn't know what you're talking about. You never bought him a computer. He doesn't know about a computer. Is that right?
Correct.
Interesting. So, how long were you dating before you bought him this computer, and tell me why you did in the first place?
Probably about 4 months I was dating him, and he was over that night, and we had talked about that I might get a computer. And I was on the phone, and he came in, and he says, "Oh, you're ordering a computer?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Do you think I could get one too?" And I said, "Well, I'll ask." So I asked, and she said, "You can buy as many as you want."
Where were you ordering these from?
Through my company that I work for.
Were you getting a good deal on them?
Yes.
Is that the idea?
Yes, uh-huh.
Go ahead.
They offered them to the employees only. And she said, yes, I could get as many as I wanted. I said, okay. He says, well, put it on your charge for me, and I'll pay you back next month. Fact is, he says, I'll pay the whole bill off. And I went, shh, wait till I'm done. So I finished ordering 2 computers and got off the phone. He says, yeah, he says, I'll pay the whole bill off. Everything on your bill I'll pay off. Yours and mine and anything else that's on there. He said, I make plenty of money. He said, no problem. And I said, no, you pay what you owe me. I pay my own bills.
How much was the computer that you bought for him?
In the end, by the time we got everything on there was $1,943.55. That's what it finally came to.
Okay.
So he comes over and he says, I make $15,000 a month. Here's my check stub. I'll show you. And I looked and I went, whoa. And he says, yeah, I make plenty of money. Don't worry, I'll pay the whole thing. I said, no, just pay your bill. That's all I want. And so the bill came in, and he says, well, the next month, he says, I'm a little short of cash. Can I just make the payment this time? He said, actually, I'll pay it when my tax check comes in. He said, that'll be in the next week. And I said, okay. I said, pay $100 on this. Okay. So
Did he give you $100?
Yes. Yes, he paid me $100.
Well, let me ask you this question. Have the computers been delivered?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they were delivered the next month.
Did you talk to him about his computer?
Oh, yeah. He said, yeah, he liked it. He thought it was great.
What kind was it?
Micron. Micron, I believe. Here it is right here.
Okay. And which credit card did you put it on?
My Citibank Visa.
Okay.
There's a little note here that he left tagged on my car after he moved out in the middle of the night. In his handwriting saying, I will pay you. He put this on my car. I put the date up there of the day he left it on my car.
Let me have it, please. Yes. I'm listening.
Yes, ma'am. As far as this computer, she'd called me and said she purchased a computer. And as far as another computer, I know nothing about it. I was very shocked on this lawsuit that she served me. I was very shocked. I was very shocked. And the thing I did, I finally had to move because all she did was call me every night. She wanted to pursue this relationship. Hey, I didn't want to hear anything else about it. So I finally had to move because we lived in the same complex. I did not need to hear any more of this
if you
from
can't
her.
be quiet, you have to leave. Do you understand?
So the only thing I can see is she's very distressed that she couldn't pursue this relationship.
So you think she bought these 2 computers that are clearly on her bill for somebody else, or maybe she just wanted 2 computers for herself?
Possibly. As far as that, the only thing I knew, she called me up, she said, oh, I bought a computer. Oh, you did? Okay, fine.
If there would be a copy of a check that you gave her for $100, what would that be for?
It would be for some stamps that I purchased from her for a mail order business that she was going into, that I paid her for.
You are so full of baloney.
Am I?
You are so full of baloney. But you're a very quick thinker.
I'm not full of
You're a very quick thinker. I don't have a check for $100, a copy of a check.
But still,
I just wanted to figure out, to see what your answer would be if you thought I had a copy of the check.
That's what it would have been for.
Oh, God. Must be smoking something real good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
$1,943.55 is what your Visa bill shows. Does very fancy footwork, Ms. Pender. You're very lucky that whoever made the decision that this was not going to be a long-term relationship, whether it was you or whether it was him, whoever it was, you're very lucky.
Yes.
Earth to Mr. Crane. You can't pull the wool over everybody's eyes all the time, sir.
I'm sorry.
What were the interest charges since this purchase was made? His interest charges, we're going to give him credit for the $100, even though he now says it's for stamps.
And also lost wages because same time he moved, his company moved, and it took me 2 days to find out where they were.
You're going to listen. You're going to chalk that up to experience.
Okay.
All I want to know is the interest. It's $320.
She had a business card all along.
$21.63, right?
Got there.
That's what I got there. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,163.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I'm the daughter, and I know the whole story. And I'll tell you, when you're born to lie and you do it well, you can get through life, and he is proof of that.
No. Yeah, they're just ganging up on me. That's why I'm by myself. So, hey.
Haya versus Hotline Elbring. Step forward, please.
65-year-old S.B. Haya is suing Life Partners founders Bill Elbring and Judy Hartline for a refund, plus pain and suffering after attending their sensual therapy seminar.
Order. All rise. Quiet, please. Now, this is case number 341 on the calendar in the matter of Haya versus Hotline Elbring. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Mrs. Haya, from what I gather from your complaint, you were given a gift by your children of a 3-day seminar.
3.5 days.
To sort of get in touch with all your feelings, to understand whatever difficulties you had with your children historically, to try to work out your problems, whatever problems you were having with your kids. And the defendants ran that seminar.
Actually, they were in the back. They were not running the seminar.
They owned the seminar. That's why you're suing them, correct? And you say that you stayed for the seminar the 3 or 3.5 days, but it was a terrible experience. You want your money back. It wasn't your money, it was your kids' money. And you want another $4,300 for pain and suffering. Right?
Right.
Who are you, sir?
This is my husband.
Okay, and who are you?
I'm the son.
You're one of the 3 children?
Yes.
You don't want your money back?
No.
All right, so why don't you tell me about this seminar and what prompted you to go in the first place?
Well, it started with my daughter. She called me up about in late May, and she said, I want to tell you about it. I want you to come. I said, I don't want to come. And the minute she heard I don't want to come, she slammed the telephone on me. And
Had you been having difficulty with your daughter?
Well, she was a little bit difficult.
How old is she?
She's 34. And the next time she called me up, she said, I want to enroll you in this. I said, Tammy, I don't want to enroll because I don't really need it. She said, no, I want you to enroll, and I want you to call up Judy and Bill. It was like an order. Otherwise, hell broke loose. You know, and you have to do it. There's no such.
So you did it?
I did it, you know.
So you went to the seminar?
So I went to the seminar.
Who paid for the seminar?
My children.
And did the children go with you?
She said she's going to be there to support me, which she did not support me.
Just a second. Did any of your children go with you for the 3 days?
She was in the back.
Your daughter?
My daughter.
So she did go to the seminar?
But I had no relationship with her.
But she was there?
She was in the back.
She was in the back. Now tell me what the problems were that you say you had at the seminar.
I experienced a very, very difficult for 3.5 days. It was from 10 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night. And at 12 o'clock at night, he tells you the pervert that's running this. He tells you, get your notebooks out and take homework. 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, you have to go home. I am sick. I can't stand on my feet. I am not a woman that can take such pressure like this. 14 hours
Ms.
from
Hayner,
10 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night.
Why didn't you leave?
Why didn't I leave? Because I'm supposed to be there. I am programmed. I was brought up in the Middle East, in Iraq, Baghdad. As a Jewish woman, I couldn't say no to anything. I'm there. I had to do it, regardless of what my children wanted me. So I had to endure all the hardship that I had, from 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock at night, with 20 minutes of lunch, only 20 minutes. And then when Rocky music starts, God help us if we don't sit on the chair. We have to sit like this. Excuse me, we have to sit like this. You can't sit like this. You can't sit like that. She comes and she says, you have to go like this. I mean, like this, like this. You know, all day long. My feet swells up from being sitting so long, all day long. You know, 12 o'clock at night, I go home at 1 o'clock, I have to do homework.
What kind of homework were you given?
Oh, the different things. 50 words of this, 50 sentences of this. I said, what the heck, crazy? You know, 20 minutes for lunch. One time I was sitting, I had the food in my mouth. When Rocky music starts,
What's Rocky music? You mean to start?
Rocky, the Sylvester Stallone, the music.
Rocky music.
That's right.
So the
minute Rocky music starts, you have to be sitting. Otherwise, God help you. The pervert all day long, he tells you about what is your sexual habits, what do you do for masturbation, what is this, you know, what is this, what kind of question?
How many people were there?
We were 22 people. And 20 in the back, or something like that.
So 22 people, and then there were children.
I need some water because I am very thirsty.
Okay. We'll wait.
Excuse me.
Bird, you want to help her with that before it ends up on the floor?
This is hell. Excuse me, Judge Judy. This was hell. They were supposed to bring us together. They broke all ties with my children.
Well, let's get to that. What happened with your daughter?
I didn't see her. I didn't see her in the morning. I didn't see her.
When it was over.
All I saw her going back and forth and giving the pervert some water to drink.
Okay. All right.
They destroyed me, and they destroyed my children, my son.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I had to raise my hands to go to the bathroom, and I was told, this is not the time to go to the bathroom.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 65-year-old S.B. Haya says she endured pain and suffering during a sensual therapy seminar arranged by Bill Elbring and Judy Hartline. She's suing for a refund.
You went to the seminar too? At some point?
Yes.
Before your mother?
Before.
Yeah.
Step up. Well, just one second. I have a couple of questions for you. How much before your mother went to the seminar did you go?
About 2 years prior.
And who did you go with?
I went with my girlfriend at the time.
You were having some problems that you felt you had to work out?
No, not. I just thought that it was something that would. It was a personal growth seminar, and I wanted to discover more about myself. And
did you support your mother going?
Well, I enrolled my sister into the workshop, and she had such a great experience. When she came out, she asked my mom to go, and when she said to me that I'd like Mom to go through it, are you willing to pay half for it? And I said, yes. I think it's kind of a lost cause.
Why is that? Tell me your first name.
Eric.
Eric. There are 3 children.
Yes.
You, your sister, and there's another brother or sister?
Right, Bob. Brother Bob.
And what I gather is that as adults, you find your mother difficult.
Yeah. very difficult.
Okay. What about your dad?
He's a sweet man.
But you're fine.
He's difficult too. He's a very stubborn man, but he's a sweet man.
Okay. So you were all three adult children were going to try to get to your mother.
Yeah. Try to help the relationship.
It didn't work.
No.
But you gave it a try. How much was the seminar?
$700.
All right, Eric. Do
Your
you
Honor,
remember
when you, as a witness, I would like to add something.
Certainly, sir.
Eric is a very intelligent boy, and all my children are very congenial. Up to 4 years ago, we had a very nice relationship. We fly from Florida to California. We spend in their house. They come to us. They spend in our house. To get closer to them, my wife bought an apartment. As a result of this seminar, we sold it now. We don't want to be there. You asked Eric if he went. He did not go once or twice. These seminars are geared to continue and continue and continue, and it never ends. And they are coerced to recruit more and more. He made me go, and the seminar that I went to, the things that happened there is mind-boggling, and maybe I should not go into it. It seems to me this is a cult because they follow American native traditions, and they bring 7 burning stones to tell us these are sacred fathers of ours, and they make us parade naked. At night, I had my eyes tied, and I had to hold on to 30 other naked men to walk in outside. We don't know whether we are going to go. Then,
does that sound familiar to you?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
So listen.
Then
we went. Does that sound familiar? Does that happen? Just answer me yes or no. Does that happen?
One of the seminars that we brokered, I think he experienced that.
Your Honor, we went into a room.
Sir, let me ask you this
Sorry
question.
about that.
I'll ask you the same question I asked your wife.
Go ahead.
If somebody said to me, get naked, right, and go around touching 30 other people over 7 hot stones, I would ask them what it was that they were smoking. Do you understand? I would get my hat and coat and be out of there before Bird could blink his eyes.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
He enjoys listening to sexual habits of people. That's all, and he's thriving on it, and that's all he does.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Life Partners founders Bill Elbring and Judy Hartline say they don't owe a refund to SB Haya for a sensual therapy seminar because her daughter gave it to her as a gift.
What I want to know is, you seem like an intelligent, sweet man. Put your hand down, madam. Why in the world would an intelligent man like you, at your age, parade around naked in front of 30 other people?
Your Honor, if I had my children coerce me to a degree that if I do not follow, and this is ongoing for 3 years, they were after me. And I wanted to put an end to that. So I acquiesced and agreed.
Did you stay or did you leave?
I had to stay.
Sit down, sir.
Thank you.
All right. You want to tell me something? You're seminar brokers. What does that mean?
We search for the finest personal growth workshops on the planet. We identify them, we do them, and we recommend them to people, the ones that we found to be most valuable.
You're in the merchandising business of service workshops. That's what I'm gathering from you, sir. People who want to do these workshops, whatever they are, come to you and say, this is what I got. Sell it. Is that right?
The other way around. We go find the ones that do good work.
Whatever. Whatever. Either you go and look for them, or they find you, you put together the package, and then sell them. Correct?
Yes.
All right. You want to tell me anything before I make a decision in this case? It's not a very difficult case.
I'm just sad to be here. I am sorry that this did not work for the Hayas. I'm very proud of what we do. We have thousands of people who have been well served, and I really do not understand what didn't work for them, but that's their deal.
Whatever didn't work for them, it didn't work for them. Mr. Haya, why don't you stand up with your wife, sir? Anything else you want to tell me, Eric?
I'm just very sad it didn't work out, too. It was an attempt to bring our family together. There's one thing that was not correctly stated, is that my father said that we had a great relationship prior to 3 years. We never had a great relationship.
You and your father, or you and your parents?
Me and my parents. But, yeah, there was never a smooth relationship since the day I was born.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Were they overbearing? Were they uncaring?
No, they were good parents physically. they knew zero about emotional needs. And my attempt was to say, it's time for the parents to let go and really be with the children, because it's time, you know, we don't have that much time left on this planet. And if we could just, if you can know who I really am about what I am, that's all I want. And I'd like to also know what you're about, too. It's not really juicy life to me anymore. So,
Eric, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but you're missing something.
Yeah.
These two people were brought up in a time, they clearly were not born here.
Yeah.
They were born in a place where they probably had to struggle a little bit in order to physically survive. Is that right?
True.
And people of this generation who were brought up to physically survive, happiness was based on whether you had food on the table, whether the house was warm in the winter, whether there were warm coats and everybody had a pair of shoes in approximately the right size.
Yeah.
And they didn't spend a lot of time saying, am I really happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, am I putting my finger on it?
I get that.
All right. Today, your generation, I notice I take myself out of both generations. Your generation says there's more to life than just 3 meals a day and a roof over your head, and there's more to that. There are feelings. We want to get in touch with our feelings. You missed it as children. You missed that stroking, that emotional stroking as children. I once found a card, you know, those greeting cards. And I don't know why it sticks with me right now. But there was a picture of a pig on the front of the card. And it says, the card said, never try to teach a pig to sing. It doesn't work and it annoys the pig.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Well,
these people are fixed in their ways.
Yeah.
Eric, you said they were good parents to you. They provided for you. Did you go to college?
Yeah.
They educated you, right?
Yeah.
They put you in the right direction. You grew up with a sense of responsibility. You know, you come to court, you know how to dress. You wear a suit and a tie, right? You're articulate. That didn't come from nowhere. I understand how you tried. It doesn't work. You just have to appreciate these two people for what they are. They were hardworking, diligent people who didn't have a lot of time to think about the esoteric things that you would like them to think about.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
You can't sue these people. This is not their fault. For whatever reason, you stayed for the 3.5 days of this seminar, Ms. Haya. The fact that it didn't work, don't speak. The fact that it didn't work for you, and the fact that your husband went, and even went through some things that I find kind of bizarre, but I'm sure there were people, Mr. Haya, that didn't find it bizarre, that went back again and again. It clearly wasn't for you two people. That doesn't mean you can sue them. That means that you should have picked up your hat and coat and said, adios. Eric, the most important thing is, I probably won't get through to your mother and father, but all I can tell you is, they seem like they're nice people. They're not the kind of Ozzie and Harriets that you would have hoped for as parents. They didn't come from an Ozzie and Harriet background. They probably struggled when they were 15 years old, 20 years old. How old were you when you came to this country?
I was 11.
And you?
I was grown up.
So you have to appreciate your parents for what they are and appreciate the fact that you still have parents and enjoy them. This lawsuit is dismissed. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I still love them very much. And I feel sadness for my mom's anger and my dad's confusion. And
I'm not confused. I know what I'm talking about.
I'd like the media to investigate these people. These people are frauds, only frauds. They want people's money for destroying relationship. That's what they're doing.
Best I can say is we held up a mirror. She didn't like what she saw, and now she wants to break the mirror. The man who ran the seminar is a licensed therapist in the state of California, 70 years old, highly experienced.
A pervert.
If this is not a cult, I don't know what is.
God should help them what they did to us.
Parties on Sanchez versus Henry. Step down, please.
31-year-old exotic dancer LaDonna Sanchez is suing her former friend and roommate, 26-year-old Sean Henry, for unpaid loans, rent, and a stolen VCR.
Order. All rise. Judge's case number 347 on the calendar in the matter of Sanchez versus Henry. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Well, each of you claim that the other owes you money, just about the same amount of money, $2,600 change. Ms. Sanchez, you claim that this gentleman was living with you. He left owing you money for a variety of things, which you'll tell me about. You say you made a loan to her for lawyer, $1,500 for something. You'll tell me about that. So why don't you start from the beginning? How come the two of you were living together?
Sean said he had no place to go. And when we first moved together, he was getting kicked out of his apartment. I was leaving my apartment.
Had you been friends?
Yeah, we had been friends. We had met at work. And at the time, we were staying in a hotel, and it was like you pay every week. Then we found an apartment through one of his friends at work. He got the apartment in his name, okay? And then later I had got it put in my name. I have a rental agreement. And I was giving Sean the money because he knew the landlord. I had no idea, and I work at night. And so I would give Sean money every week to pay rent. Sean didn't pay rent. I have an agreement that we both signed saying that we were both 4 months in the hole in rent. And I'm like, you know, how in the world can this be? I give you money every week, you know?
What you're telling me is you gave him your share of the rent.
Every
How
week.
much was the rent?
$250.
$250 a month?
Each. Yes, each. It's $500 a month.
Okay. So you gave him your $250?
Yes.
And he never paid the rent?
No. I have a piece of paper saying right here that we're both, and he signed it. We both signed it, saying that we're 4 months in the rent, 4 months behind in the rent to this day.
Didn't I pay her 70?
I don't know. Do you have a receipt?
Shh, don't talk to each other. Don't talk to each other. Okay. You both signed that you're both responsible for half the rent. Did you pay the rent, sir?
When I moved out, I paid $750.
I'm talking about while you were living there with her.
We lived together for a whole year and a half.
How long were you living in the apartment together?
About a year and a half, 2 years.
And did you pay the rent?
Yes.
All that time?
Yes.
No, he didn't. He's lying.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
You have rent receipts?
She had them all.
Did you ultimately pay all the rent?
Not yet. I am still in the hole because of Sean.
Well, how did that come about? That you're in the hole?
Okay, Sean was unemployed. First, Sean moved out, okay, because me and Sean and my boyfriend were living together, right? And everything was fine, but we still owed her $2,000.
The three of you were living in the apartment?
Yes.
And the rent was $500?
Yes.
So
but my boyfriend didn't really live there. He wasn't responsible for any of the rent. That was my responsibility. He didn't hardly have any clothes there, okay? He was just
told me
there.
the three of you were living
in
there.
a two-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
He had his own room. I had my own room. He had his company. I had my company. So my boyfriend didn't really live there. He had all his clothes someplace else. My boyfriend did. Sean was fired from his job, came crying to me that he didn't have any place to go. Okay, no place to go. He couldn't go live with his brother. They're having problems. He can go live with his father. They're having problems.
So what you're saying to me, madam?
So I let him move back in. I let him move back in on the agreement that he helped me with households.
In May of 1997, sir, you signed an agreement that you owed her a total of, well, this would be $1,000, right? Because it says that total owing was $2,000. And Henry and Sanchez are responsible for 50% of the total, and you signed this, correct? So you acknowledged in May that you owed her $1,000.
Yeah.
Right? Did you pay her?
I paid the landlord $750.
No. I'm not saying what you paid the landlord. I'm saying what you paid her.
Why would I owe her?
Because I gave you the money every day to pay the rent, and you didn't, stupid.
You want me to dismiss your lawsuit?
No.
This is $2,000. Each of you owe half of that. So that's $1,000. Did you pay it or did you not pay it?
I paid $750. I guess I still owe the landlord $250.
When did you pay the landlord $750?
July?
When did you move out?
July.
No, shh. Show me the receipt.
I don't have that.
That makes this easy. So that's $1,000. What else does he owe you for?
He bought, through his work, I got a VCR because he could get it cheaper from Dow Stereo.
How much did you pay for it?
$160.
Okay.
That's all the money that I gave him for the VCR.
How much did you pay for the VCR?
Got a receipt right here.
Okay.
$213.
$213, and you gave him $160. Where's the receipt?
I didn't ask Sean for receipts.
Okay. Did she give you $160 for the VCR?
Every day I get...
You wanted a video camera.
Listen to me.
But you didn't.
You each want money from each other. It would be very foolish. So you say you bought it for $160, and you're going to show me a receipt for $213. And you claim that when he moved out, why did he move out?
Because he wouldn't do his chores, nor did he pay rent. The first month that he moved back in after he was unemployed, he went to Las Vegas, okay? That was on Memorial Day. Didn't tell me anything. And then he comes home, oh, I'm broke. I went to Las Vegas. Like, what the hell you go to Las Vegas for? Oh, so I can see if I can win some more money. And I'm like, you've got to be stupid. And every day, that month that he was there and he was unemployed, I gave him money because every day I had to go to work.
Are you finished?
Yes.
What's the address of this apartment where you live together?
802, apartment A. He didn't help me with the chores. He didn't help me take care of it.
I don't care. I'm not your therapist, madam. This is a court.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Are you telling me that this attorney, under the penalties of perjury in the state of California, is lying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, really? Maybe I'll call him.
And later today,
she was in high demand because she was a natural blonde and had natural big breasts.
I'm sure if I chose to pursue that career instead of a research scientist, I would be in high demand, yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dancer LaDonna Sanchez wants her former close friend Sean Henry to pay her for back rent. Sean says she kicked him out.
So what happened with the VCR that you said was yours?
He took it from me. I went to sleep. He went in my room and took it out of my room.
Okay. Now, what's your story?
I let her use it. I never said she can have it. I bought it.
Utter crap.
Shh, shh.
I said you could use it.
Now, you also say that you made some loans to him. You want to tell me about that?
The month that he moved in, since he was unemployed, he would ask me for money every day.
I'm not talking, listen to me. I'm not talking about the $5 and the $10 that you say you gave him because he was unemployed. Did you lend him any large sums of money for which he promised to make payment?
Not all at one time. Every day, can I borrow some money? Can I borrow some money?
Did you keep a record of that?
He was my best friend.
Did you keep a record? The answer is no. So you're just guessing about how much money you lent him?
No, I'm not. I knew how much money I had saved in my drawer before he had moved in.
So how much money did you give him?
$350.
I don't believe that you can.
I did. Every day I gave him $20 or $30 every day because he needed it.
So
he
you
needed
did
it
you
for
write
gas.
down-
He was supposed to go look for a
Did
job.
you write
I bought him news.
You're not listening to me, Miss Sanchez. I said that you write down these numbers.
I didn't think I had to.
Well, then that's a problem.
He's supposed to be my best friend.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be my little brother.
Now you're countersuing up for a lot of money too. Let me hear it.
Well, one time
Not well. Look at me.
she got arrested coming back across the border, and she needed a lawyer. So she called me crying, I need a lawyer. So I paid $1,500 for a retainer to try and help her out.
When was this?
June 26, 96.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No.
You just took out a piece of paper. What is that?
This is the piece of paper that was the only thing that I'd gotten from that lawyer. I saw that lawyer once. I knew it wouldn't do me any good. I cussed Sean out on the phone about what do I need a lawyer for? The lawyer wasn't going to do me any good.
Just a second. You went to see a lawyer.
No, I didn't. The lawyer came to jail. And I'm like,
shh. Lawyer came to jail. Lawyers don't do anything for free.
I didn't ask him for the lawyer. I
Did you?
never asked him for the lawyer. And if I did ask for a lawyer, it wouldn't be from him. It would have been from Root, my boyfriend.
Listen to me. Where were you when you paid this lawyer? Were you in
I was
California?
Yeah.
Does he have a receipt?
I have a feeling you two people deserve each other because you are, Miss Sanchez, irritating me. And I'm just about ready to show you the door. Do you understand?
Yes.
With nothing. Not your $1,100, nothing, if you do it again. You got it? I want you to show me any documentation, sir, that you have with regard to this lawyer.
Right here.
Can I see it, please? Well, this clearly is a letter from an attorney indicating that he accepted a non-refundable retainer in the amount of $1,500 from the defendant on your behalf on the 26th of June, 1996.
That's his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend's father. Why wouldn't he write him that piece of paper?
Are you telling me that this attorney, under the penalties of perjury in the state of California, is lying? Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, really? Maybe I'll call him.
No.
Maybe I'll call him. You want me to call him?
Can you look at this for me
Sure.
for a minute?
I asked you a question. Do you think I have to call him?
No.
Right.
But he was never my attorney. I did not ask Sean to get me a lawyer.
How did you find out she had been arrested?
She called me from jail.
I believe that, Miss Sanchez.
I did not ask him.
How would he know that you're in jail unless you called him?
I did call him from jail.
And what did you call him for? To say, how are you?
No, we lived together.
This happened a long time ago, correct? Did you ever sue her for this money?
No.
Why?
So I cared about her.
Good.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
When the lawyer thing came about...
You're lying, Miss Sanchez. Don't lie to me. I don't like when you lie to me.
I did not I'm not lying.
Sure you are. Now, was there ever an agreement that you had with her that she would repay this lawyer's fee to you?
Well, we had an agreement.
Mr. Henry, you don't want to go down that road, sir. I guess you do. You want to tell me about this agreement? Tell me what words we used, Mr.
Well,
Henry.
she said, get me out of here. Whatever it costs.
And you said?
I'll try the best I can. I borrowed the money from my brother.
No, don't tell me how you borrowed the money. She said, get me out of here. Right?
Yes.
And you did.
Well, I tried.
Okay. No, an agreement to pay it back means get me out of here, whatever it costs, and I will pay you back. That's contract. That's an oral contract. But you didn't have that with her.
No.
Okay. And that's what I thought. So, that's honest.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You never paid rent. You didn't clean up the house. You didn't clean up your stuff. I just sit up there and pick up after you. Bought food and everything.
And later today,
She begged me for sex, Your Honor. Literally.
Mr. Swan, you're not that attractive, sir.
Thank you.
real cases, real people, Judge Judy. Exotic dancer LaDonna Sanchez wants her former close friend Sean Henry to pay her for back rent, loans, and a stolen VCR.
I can't figure out who owns the VCR. I have a bill here for $213. So
She's also caused damage to my truck.
So I can't make a determination with regard to the VCR. I can only make a determination with regard to the contract that you both entered into, indicating that you are indebted to her for the amount of $1,000. Now, you want to tell me about this truck?
Yeah, she's damaged it.
Well, tell me about that.
Well, one time at work, she said she locked the keys in, so she had to break the back window, and I had to pay for that.
I paid him back.
And when we were in a fight, I wouldn't let her drive it. She didn't have a license or insurance on it.
So what did she do to the truck?
She kicked it. Put a nice dent on the driver's side door.
Let me see.
And I got estimates of the damage right here.
Looks like there's lots of damage on this truck. Lots of scratches on this truck.
From his DUIs.
You have about your boyfriend kicking it.
Ah, wonderful. You ready? Dismissed! Dismissed! Goodbye.
Party's excused. Step out.
I don't understand why it was dismissed. Because I talked? He was supposed to be my best friend. Okay, he dogged me just because I won't be his stupid girlfriend. Sorry. Now it's dismissed because you're stupid. Never see my money again. Make me sick.
And now the next case.
Party's on Maris versus Swan. Step forward.
32-year-old research scientist Ann Maris is suing her former friend, physical education instructor William Swan, for unpaid credit card bills.
Why do women give men credit cards?
I think it has something to do with the word convinced. Mr. Swan looked me straight in the eye and told me he loved me, wanted to marry me, that I thought he had morals.
Mr. Swan, go ahead.
I thought he had morals.
How did you meet him?
I met him in the produce section of an Asian store, Asian market.
And how long did you know him before you put his name on your credit card?
5 months.
And had you dated during that 5 months?
Beginning about 2 or 3 months prior to that, we started seeing each other on a more regular basis and talking pretty much every day on the phone, at least once.
So he needed some credit, and you said you'd give him credit on your card.
He said one morning I talked to him from work, and he said he desperately needed a refrigerator, that he was getting skinny, and that his brother wouldn't loan him the money, and that it would be about $500. And I told him I didn't have the money, and I thought we could find one a lot cheaper than that, as I had paid $100 for mine, and that I would be willing to let him put it on a credit card that had no other money on it, so we could be clear. And he had told me he was going to pay it out of his tax return, and he didn't know why his brother wouldn't loan him the money.
Okay. To make a long story short, because
Sure.
Mr. Swan is going to tell me what his defense is, he ran up bills on the credit card totaling $1,500.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And he does not dispute that.
No.
Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
But this is your defense, that you had an agreement with her. And your agreement was that as long as you maintained the payments on the credit card, that she would keep it open.
Absolutely.
But that there came a point when you took out a significant amount of money. How much, $1,100?
Yeah.
And that after you took out that amount of money, she closed the credit card down.
Yes.
So your defense is that she breached the agreement
Yes.
by canceling the credit card, and therefore you do not owe her this money. That's what your defense is.
Something to that effect.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Well, why don't you tell me what I got wrong?
Well, not that I don't necessarily owe, but the fact that she breached our contract with reference to me keeping the payments paid that I shouldn't have to pay because she cut it off basically out of spite because I wouldn't have sex with her.
That's not true, of course.
She begged me for sex, Your Honor.
What is that?
Literally.
Mr.
And
Swan,
I just, you know.
Mr. Swan, you're not that attractive, sir.
Thank you.
What does this have to do about owing?
She
How
thought
much-
so.
Order.
Well, sometimes love is blind. Mr. Swan, you're not serious with me, are you? You're not trying to tell this to me with a straight face that you don't owe the money that you took out on her credit card because she breached the agreement when she cut off your credit.
I never said I didn't owe it.
You sure you said, as far as I'm concerned, she broke the agreement and I have no intention of giving her a dime.
That's what I said. But
That's what you said right here in your answer.
Yeah, but I didn't say I
Good.
didn't know
You owe her $1,500, judgment for the plaintiff. That's right.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
She was in high demand because she was a natural blonde and had natural big breasts.
I'm sure if I chose to pursue that career instead of a research scientist, I would be in high demand, yes. I hope to see him in jail.
Hope springs eternal.
Parties on Brazos versus Ventura. Step forward, please.
20-year-old student Timothy Brazos says Jimmy Ventura seriously injured him when he hit him with a skateboard during an all-out fight at a party.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 238 on the calendar in the matter of Brazos versus Ventura. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Mr. Brazos, according to these papers, you claim that the defendant assaulted you by hitting you with a skateboard. You were severely injured. You want him to pay for your medical and dental bills, as well as pain and suffering.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Tell me when this happened.
Friday the 13th, 1996.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Okay, first we were having a party at my house, and he was there.
Who's he?
Jimmy's brother, I believe. That's his brother.
This young man here.
Yes.
Okay.
He was there, and he came and peed on our lawn. Some of the party goers at the party didn't like it, so they confronted him and said, "Why'd you do that?" And I guess there's some push came to shove, and they started fighting, and they chased him off the lawn. And
The
then,
brother.
Yeah. And then he came back shortly later, about 10 minutes later, with Jimmy and about 20 people, and they're all wearing white tank tops and had tattoos and shaved heads. Some were holding pipes and bats. And there was about 10 people left at the house having the party with me. And then all of a sudden, him and his brother rushed the house. Jimmy was one of them. Jimmy grabbed a skateboard, hit me in the head, and I fell to the ground. And he walked away, and I walked to the next house and went and got treatment for my mouth.
Was he arrested?
No, he wasn't.
Well, he was at one point arrested because there's a criminal trial going on.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Later on, I think about 4 or 5 days later, he was arrested.
Did he come to be arrested? Did you identify him?
Yes. I went down to the police station and picked this picture out and a list of people.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One night, on Friday the 13th, okay, he had a party, he had 2 kegs and 4 bands. My brother was supposed to go out to the party because he was invited by my uncle. And they jumped my brother. A bunch of people jumped him. I wasn't there.
Step up here. You're a gunner?
Yes, sir.
Did you use his lawn as a bathroom? Come on, let's go.
All right, well, I was invited to his birthday party by my uncle. I went out there, my friend took a pee on his lawn, and then they got around him, huddled around him. I went over there to try to settle it. A guy got in my face, and I was about this close to my face. I pushed him, and then I struck with a bat in the head and the side. And then I was basically gang rushed down the street, and that's where I went and caught my breath.
You caught your breath. And when did you call your brother?
I didn't call him.
I never seen him at all that night. He left. Supposedly he got jumped. I was walking through the apartments. And this is how I found about it. My uncle told me that gunner might have gotten jumped. So I saw Tim, I guess, whatever his name is, with a group of people, like about 40 guys, sit in front of his house laughing on how they beat some guy up. I took off. I was with 2 girls that I was with all night. And I went to their house. And I sat there and I saw my mom, Elaine. She drove by she was going down the street. And I saw him like, what is she doing out here, 3 o'clock in the morning? But anyways, I came up to the scene and I saw my mom trying to break up a fight. And some guy cold clocked my mom, like leveled her out. She got a broken nose. She got, fat lip. And I ran in there and I socked the guy that hit my mom.
It wasn't this young man.
No, it wasn't even him.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing that I came into this fight. I hit the guy that hit my mom.
I'm looking at this. You say in your answer, sir, that there was another fight 4 days later
Yeah, there was.
when he got beat up. And he wants me to pay because the apartments belong to my grandmother and Tim smells money. So according to you, the injuries that he sustained happened 4 days later. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Can I see your medical reports, please?
Sure.
The statement that you make here is that he got beat up 4 days later.
Yeah, he got beat up 4 days later.
He got beat up 4 days later, and he wants you to pay for it. It's not true, because the first medical report of injury was the morning of this incident. This incident happened late at night on the 13th.
Yes.
And his first report of injuries was on the 14th, which means that this stuff that you suggest about his being beaten up 4 days later and he just wants you to pay for it because he feels as if your family has money, I want you to put that out of your mind. His injuries were sustained on the 13th. Now, you are Miss Schwartz?
Yes.
Step up, please. You're their mother?
Yes, I am.
What do you know about this evening?
This boy has falsely identified because this boy wasn't there but 5 minutes. I don't doubt that Tim didn't get hit by somebody, but it wasn't by this young man right
You
here.
don't know that.
I was there the whole time, Your Honor.
No, you weren't.
He was
Yes,
hit?
I was, Your Honor. I was
Mr.
there the whole
Schwartz,
time.
you weren't there the whole time.
Yes, I was there the entire time.
Tim said he got
All
hit.
the way until when the officers told us to go home.
I thought you got hit.
I did
She
get
did.
hit.
We sat
And when you
and
just a
talked to
second,
cops for
when
4
you got
hours.
hit, where were you?
I was
On the
right in
ground?
front of their apartment,
Were
right
you-
where he says he claims he got
Were
hit.
you on the ground?
Pardon?
Were you on the ground? Pardon.
Yeah, not the entire night.
I didn't
was
say
hit.
on
I
the
was
entire
knocked
night.
out.
I said down. Were you knocked down?
Yes, I was.
So when you were knocked down, you were on the ground. You didn't see what was going on all around you.
No, but I wasn't down for that long.
Mr.
of a time.
Schwartz.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
For one, I didn't hit him, but anyways, if you think about it, can you run 20 feet with a skateboard and have a skateboard truck and only chip one tooth? Can you do that? It's quietly impossible.
Would you believe this? You missed the point, sir.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Timothy Brazos claims Jimmy Ventura injured him when a party erupted into a neighborhood brawl.
Mr. Schwartz, what I'm telling you is, you did not see what was going on around you all the time. That doesn't mean that I am yet convinced that this was the person who hit you, sir. And I don't doubt the fact that you got hit. Because in your complaint, you say, because I read it very carefully, my back was turned to him when I got hit.
Well, I meant my side. You know, I was like,
What
I
you
was
meant,
like this.
sir, in your sworn complaint, and what you wrote, then are two different things, because you swore to this. You want to see it?
No, I know what I wrote.
You said, the reason I should win is I did not hit him at all. My back was turned to him when I got hit.
Well, yeah. I mean, my side was turned to him, more like my back. As I got hit, I could see who hit me.
You mean, sir, listen to me. And I'm not saying that it definitely was not this young man. You have just told me that you never saw him before. That night was the first night you saw him. That there was a lot of confusion going on because there are lots of people out there, 40 people from your side, from the other group's side, so there are a lot of people, a lot of commotion. According to your own statement, you had a couple of beers that night. You didn't want to get blood drunk, but you had a couple of beers that night. So you had something to drink. It was late at night because the party was in the process of winding down. And your back was turned towards the person who hit you. So what you're telling me is in the split second that you turned around, you saw this young man, and you are able to 100% say to me today, you are absolutely positive that this was the person who assaulted you with the skateboard.
Yes, because after he hit me, I saw who it was. He walked away, and I saw him.
And he walked away. You fell to the ground when you were hit?
I fell to my knee and my arm.
You fell to the knees in your arm, and the person who hit you...
He was standing right there, waiting for me to get up. I didn't get up for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Oh, you didn't tell me that before. You said they were walking away. Why would they be standing right over you?
To see if I'd get up and probably attack him back. Because he'd probably want to be ready if I would do something like that. But that's not what happened. He was right there after he hit me. He hit me. I got up. As I was getting up, I'm looking at him the whole time. He's standing there, you know, kind of backing away. And then he just goes off in his way, and I run upstairs in the house. My brother saw that happen.
Did you have skateboards in your house?
Yeah, they were on the lawn. It'd be very easy for him to grab one and hit me. I know for a fact it was him.
I'm not sure.
I'm positive. I'm 100% positive.
Okay, he says that I hit him and I took off. Well, if he would have known and he knew what I was wearing, which he doesn't because he said I was wearing a white striped shirt, I was sitting in front of those stairs for 4 hours talking to cops.
And that's not what he was wearing. And if he's
And
so
that's not what I was
positive,
wearing. When he
Your
said
Honor,
to court, in court, he's all I saw him. He's wearing a white shirt. I was not wearing a
I
white
never
shirt.
said he was wearing a white shirt. I said he was wearing a striped shirt.
You said it's in your
That's
testimony in the
testimony
criminal
that he was wearing a
case.
striped shirt.
Listen to me.
It says a white
After
striped
this
shirt.
happened,
That's wrong.
after this happened,
We've
Well,
got
that's
the
what he said.
transcript.
after this whole
Should've brought it.
altercation, were you sitting? You say you were sitting and talking to the police?
Yeah, I sat
Hey,
there
Mr.
for 4
Schwartz,
hours.
stop it! I'm talking to him. You say you were sitting and talking to the police where?
Right on the stairs. We sat down right when my mom got hit. I showed up right when she got hit. I wasn't even there before when the fight started. I came up when the fight was already going on. I came up and I saw my mom get hit, and I hit the guy that hit her. I got maced. We both sat down on the stairs, supposedly where he says he ran up the stairs, whatever. I sat there. We were sitting there, and the fight was still increasing. I was still sitting there. The cops come up. My mom had she had like blood coming from her nose, and she had a fat lip, and so we were sitting there, and she was getting taken care of. The ambulance came up, and we were talking to him, and we sat there for 4 hours.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It doesn't make sense to me that our own son struck her, sir. Common sense would dictate to me that that did not happen.
In the case involving Mrs. Schwartz and her sons, there was no common sense involved.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Timothy Brazos is suing Jimmy Ventura for injury suffered during a neighborhood brawl. Jimmy is countersuing for pain and suffering, loss of education, and financial hardship.
Did they ever apprehend the person who hit you?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, we tried to tell my
We
mom,
tried to tell them who hit me.
and they would not listen
They wouldn't
to us at
listen.
all.
That sounds very peculiar to me.
This whole thing is peculiar.
No, just a second. That sounds very peculiar to me. I mean, here you have a woman who's in charge of a building complex, who apparently is injured when the police arrive, and the police will not take your complaint about the person who hit you?
No. All they kept saying is their side, Tim and his roommates, kept saying that Jimmy was the one that hit me. And I was trying to convince...
Jimmy was the one that hit you?
Yes.
You mean your son was
Yes.
the one who hit you?
That's what they were, that's what they were saying.
They try to say.
That's what they were saying the whole night, that Jimmy's the one who hit me, not Tim. He hit me. And the fella that hit me, if he's so sure it was Jimmy, then who I'm sure
Did
hit
anybody
me is
suggest
him.
to the police
Because the boy that hit me was that boy's size right there.
No, Mrs. Schwartz, this boy didn't. He didn't hit you. Come on,
The
get
boy
it together.
that hit me was as tall as him,
Good.
but I won't 100% identify him because I didn't see him. It happened too quick. But it was
right.
he was a tall, big boy.
Okay. Did anybody suggest that this woman was assaulted by her own son?
No.
Huh?
No.
It's in the police
Did you?
report.
Let me see
I
the
didn't
police
suggest
report.
it.
I didn't bring it.
Well, because you're the father. Yes. You know anything about this?
Yes.
I'm going to hear you.
I just recently retired from the Los Angeles Police Department, and I had contact that night with my son, and then I contacted Lewis Martin, who's the detective handling the case in Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. And as she stated, there were independent wits from the commotion that was going on outside that did, in fact, is in the police report that she was struck by her own son during the melee.
Oh, just a second.
Just to let you know that part.
No, you can't let me know that. I don't know that. I don't know unless I hear a witness who saw it.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes. I
Because you understand that.
Yes.
And it doesn't make sense to me that our own son struck her, sir. Common sense would dictate to me that that did not happen.
In the case involving Mrs. Schwartz and her sons, there was no common sense involved.
Oh, I believe that there's common sense and logic involved in this whole thing. I believe that there was a party.
Yes.
I believe that this young man came uninvited. I believe that he brought somebody else with him that was also uninvited to the party. I believe that the other person he invited to the party went outside, either with him or without his assistance, and urinated on the lawn right in front of the house. I believe that there was some altercation.
Yes.
Because there were some guests at the party that were irate at what they saw because here were uninvited guests using the front lawn of your home as a toilet. Clearly inappropriate.
Yes.
I even believe he probably got roughed up a little bit and went home and got a whole group of people. Probably included in that group was his brother, who came back to the house looking for nothing but trouble. So far, it's as clear as a bell to me. The only thing that's not 100% clear to me, sir, is whether your son could make an appropriate identification.
I can clear that up.
Hmm?
I can clear that up.
Go ahead.
Okay, before this night, I've never seen him before. I would have no reason to pick his face out of a 6-person lineup. I'd never seen him before that night. How would I go into the sheriff's station and pick his face out of a lineup, even if I've never seen him before? And if he's not the one, if he's the one who hit me, I'd pick him out for sure.
Well, how long have you been living in that complex?
At the time, about a month. He never came by before, ever.
Had you seen him before?
Never.
That's not true.
The other brother.
He saw both of my sons when he was at my house signing contracts.
I saw him one day when we came there with one of my roommate's parents. I saw a gunner walk to his room. That's the only person I ever saw.
Didn't
I
see
never
the
saw
other brother?
Jimmy. Never.
You have a photograph of the lineup?
No. But the police made me pick it, and they brought it to a civil criminal trial.
Pick it.
Explain to me, sir, exactly what was shown to you when you came into the police
Okay,
station.
I went to the police
Just
station.
4 days later, you went into the police station.
And he showed me...
Who's he?
The police officer.
Martin.
Yes.
Detective Martin. Showed
Yes.
me a list. There's 6 people on this paper, on this photo thing. And he was one of them. And I picked out the guy that I saw hit me. Just like that. I don't know who the other 5 people were.
And you had never seen him before?
Never.
For one, I didn't hit him, but anyways, if you think about it, can you run 20 feet with a skateboard and have a skateboard truck and only chip 1 tooth? Can you do that? It's quietly impossible.
Could you believe this?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You missed the point, sir.
No, that's what
Either they have convinced me by a preponderance of the evidence that you were the one who hit him, or they haven't. And whether his head got cracked open, or whether he chipped 1 tooth, or whether he doesn't have one of his own teeth in his mouth as a result of that is really not the issue. The issue is, did you hit him?
No,
And quite frankly, he has convinced me that you did. All right, what were your unreimbursed medical expenses, sir?
Okay, and that's where my dad was here to know
Okay.
exactly how that went.
Yes,
Out
sir.
of pocket, I lost about $1,600 approximately, and we have an $800 root canal due on the same tooth because it died.
Well, the only question is, what are the damages for pain and suffering? Because your unreimbursed bills, you certainly are entitled to. Because I find that there is sufficient evidence by a preponderance of the evidence so that I am satisfied that based on the fact that you picked him out of a lineup, and the lineup was a 6-person photographic lineup, and I am satisfied that you had not seen him before. I believe you that you had not seen him before. So there would have been no reason for you to pick out this person who just happens to be the brother of the person who had an argument with your partygoers a few hours before. There would have been no reason for you to pick him out. That coupled with the fact that usually when someone is injured, they want the right person arrested. They want the person who caused them pain to suffer, right?
Right.
So you would not like to identify the wrong person. It would have been just as easy for you to identify this person because he had been there. Did not. You identified somebody who you had never seen before, him. So I'm satisfied that by a preponderance of the evidence, you have established that he caused you injury. And I'm giving you what you're suing for, which is $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, how come I was...
I'll back door to your right. Excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
This boy was so out of it that he has falsely identified this boy. He's cost us my home, our jobs, and this boy's education. We want to thank you all very, very much.
He's on Burge versus Burge. Step forward, please.
52-year-old engineer Glenn Burge is suing his soon-to-be ex-wife Michelle, claiming she threw away precious photos and memorabilia of his son.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yeah, this is case number 292 on the calendar in the matter of Burge versus Burge. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, sir.
Mr. Burge, you claim that your soon-to-be ex-wife, who was the defendant in this case, destroyed or threw away some irreplaceable memorabilia of yours after you were out of the house. You place a dollar value on that memorabilia at $5,000. She says that you were an abusive drunk who hit her, left the house, disappeared for months. She had no idea where you were, and ultimately got fed up with storing the stuff and just got rid of it. Correct?
That is correct.
So, how long were you married to each other, actually living together?
On and off for close to 3 years, give or take. We were only married right at 4 months, though, when I left.
And I gather you were living with the defendant's father.
That is correct.
All right, so tell me about your departure from the house.
The evening that I left, I was quite intoxicated, if you'll bear with me. This is the first time I've seen Michelle since the evening that I've left, and I still haven't really gotten over her, but the night that I left, I did become intoxicated. I went back to her father's mobile home, whereas we had another argument, and I was intoxicated enough that I don't recall whether or not she hit me and knocked me down, or she shoved me and knocked me down. At that time, I got up, I slapped her, and I left, and I never went back. That was my understanding with her. I had told her if I ever raised my hand to her, that I would leave. And that was the only time, Your Honor, that I had ever raised my hand to her.
So you left.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long were you gone before you made a request for this property that you say you left behind?
It was about 2 months.
And how did you make that request for the property?
By telephone originally?
Talking directly to her?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what property did you leave behind, sir?
I left my clothing, camping equipment, fishing equipment, some tools, an awful lot of books, memorabilia, my son's photographs from when he was a child, and I requested if I paid UPS prepaid, would she box these items up and send them to me? And at that time, I never really got a response from her.
Well, did she tell you that she had already disposed of all the stuff?
Not at that particular time, no.
Where were you for those 2 months, sir?
I was working, living in a little town called Antioch. I was living with my sister, and I was working, pumping gas.
Why didn't you call the very next week and make arrangements to pick up your stuff?
The emotional situation is that I had been fairly mentally abused by her on a number of occasions. As a matter of fact, there were times that I spent as many days in my van living there. This is my secure area. After an argument, you have to excuse me.
Do you have a drinking problem, Mr. Burge?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Has it been a long-standing problem with alcohol?
Yes, ma'am. Although this was one of the reasons I believe that Michelle had asked me to move in with her father. He also has a drinking problem, and he needed a drinking buddy.
Were you drinking all during the 3-year relationship with Michelle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Michelle.
Yes.
Why don't you first tell me your version of what happened on the night that your husband left?
He was supposed to meet me that evening, and we were going, my son and him and I were going to go to MGM Adventure Park. He never came home. He never showed or called. And so when I returned from the park, because I went ahead and went, I found him at a casino in town, saw his van parked in the garage, and I went in and we looked for him, my son and I both. He wasn't there. So we went on home, and there he sat on the ground, very intoxicated, and laughing. And I said, thanks a lot for showing up for us. And I did push him on the shoulder, and he fell back. But I proceeded to walk down the hall and out, and he came after me, and he hit me with a fist, closed fist, like a man would hit a man. And it spun my head around. And I couldn't close my jaw for 7 days thereafter. At that point, we called the police. I was yelling for Dad, he's hitting me. Help me. He came out of the bedroom, and the police were called. At this point, Glenn tried to take my car and leave because his van was obviously still parked at the casino. And I pulled him out of the car, and I recovered my car. At that point, he walked down the street, got a neighbor to take him back to his van at the casino, and I never saw him again or heard from him.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I even went into rehab for 3 days.
But didn't work.
Well, after being out of rehab for 3 or 4 days, Michelle would make me a cocktail.
And later today,
I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for you, Susie. And every time I do something for you, this is the way I get it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 52-year-old engineer Glenn Burge is suing his soon-to-be ex-wife Michelle, claiming she threw away precious photos and memorabilia of his son.
What had you done with all of his belongings?
Put him in an unlocked shed outside of our mobile home, which meant he had access at any time, day or night.
Ultimately, what did you do with them?
We left him there for which I have receipts from the Salvation Army until March 6th of '97.
And then they came and took all the stuff?
Yes.
What about his pictures and that sort of stuff?
They took it all. It was thrown in garbage bags and boxes and kind of...
And it had been 3 months that you hadn't heard from him, according to you?
Not at all. I contacted his aunts and uncles, which I had his address book, so I went through it and found some. Took a chance that he might be, and he was. He had been there. And so they kind of directed me to an address and a phone number.
So who called him? Did you call him?
Yes.
And what did you say when you called him?
I didn't reach him. I reached the relatives. Yes, Glenn was here. He stayed a few days and left.
So you never really reached him?
No, but he got the message, so he called back.
And when he called you, you still had the property?
Yes, we did.
So what was the conversation?
It was, hi, how are you doing? I can't live in Las Vegas anymore. It's,
The drinking's too available, and I would like you to come live here with me. And I don't really remember if the property really was mentioned at that time.
But then there came a time when you did call Salvation Army.
Yes.
Now, how much time passed between this first conversation that you had with him and the time that you actually disposed of the property?
Approximately 1 month later.
And why did you dispose of it at that time?
Because I received a letter from Glenn saying that he would be there on a Saturday and pick up his things. And I agreed, fine, we'll meet you here Saturday, and he never showed.
Do you have that letter?
No, that was no, I don't.
Do you remember writing a letter to her?
No, ma'am, there was never a letter written.
My father remembers this, Your Honor.
Oh, I believe you.
Okay.
I believe that maybe you don't remember, sir. Mrs. Burge, I gather from your husband that you knew that he had a drinking problem at the time that you married him, because you were together for 3 years, before you married him.
Yes, I did.
Why would you
I
do
didn't
that?
know it was to that extent at that point.
But you knew he had a drinking problem.
Yes, and he had said he was going to work on that, and I had hoped he would.
You know, I get the sense from looking at both of you, and from listening to you, sir, that you still have some very strong feelings for her.
Yes, I do. I did since the first day that I ever met the lady.
And I also have a sense that but for his drinking problem, you feel strongly about him.
We did. We had a very close relationship, and it was good when. It was good when it was.
It was good when it was good. Mr. Burge, what have you done, if anything, to deal with this problem that you have?
I haven't had a drink, Your Honor, in almost 3 months. During the course, if I may add, during the course of our relationship, towards the ending of it, I even went into rehab for 3 days.
But it didn't work.
Well, after being out of rehab for 3 or 4 days, Michelle would make me a cocktail.
You have to understand, Miss Burge, the nature of the illness. You know, you can't treat it as if it's a thing that you can turn on and turn off. Sometimes you don't understand that. You believe that he hasn't had a drink? Looks pretty straight to me.
It's possible.
If he did enter a period of sobriety in his life, would you be interested in trying to save your marriage?
I'm not certain, because he did hit me, and it wasn't the first time. He had tried to hit me before, but he
Well, that was
wasn't
only when he was
successful.
drunk?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. I mean, nobody should live in an abusive kind of relationship.
No. Yeah.
But he did leave.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because I think he felt terrible that he did that.
And the police are on the way.
He probably was too drunk to even understand that.
Think so?
Mr. Burge, your lawsuit is a relatively simple one, sir. She doesn't have to store your property. She hadn't heard from you for many months. I do believe that you did make arrangements to go and pick up the property, and that you didn't show up, and she got fed up and ultimately said, just get the stuff and any recollection of this man out of my life, because I don't want to deal with him anymore.
If I may, I also have phone records stating, or actually physically showing, that I have been in contact with her since December, January, February. And
She says that. She says that you had
right.
him.
And in February, I also sent her a dozen long stem roses to her job. I was trying to keep this relationship going as long as I could possibly because of the feelings.
Then you wouldn't want to be punitive, Mr. Burge.
Right.
And you did, in fact, hit her, and I believe that you hit her. Whether you realized it at the time or not, it was more than a slap. So you're going to have to live with the fact that because you have a drinking problem, you did certain things that were really the antithesis of good behavior for any human being to another.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I certainly get the sense from the two of you that neither one of you is prepared to totally throw in the towel. Maybe you can ditch Dad for an hour and go out and have a cup of coffee.
And later today,
You using me is over with. It's over with.
Okay, no problem.
That's it, Susie. That's it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Glenn Burge wants his estranged wife, Michelle, to pay for the loss of photos and memorabilia of his son. Michelle says she held on to his belongings for 6 months.
I don't think she's a bad person, sir.
She's not.
Okay. So then we really shouldn't be here today, other than perhaps for you to see her, because you said it's the first time that you've seen her since you left.
Yes, ma'am.
I certainly get the sense from the two of you that neither one of you is prepared to totally throw in the towel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Pardon me, sir. Maybe you can ditch Dad for an hour and go out and have a cup of coffee or breakfast and just talk. Is that a possibility?
If she's willing.
You willing?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Well, you see about it, Miss Burge. If your husband, who I clearly believe you have some feelings for, still. No or yes?
No, I would say no.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Just too much has happened.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Mr. Burge, you may have to try a little harder, sir. She's vacillating a little bit. So you may have to try. Maybe 3 months isn't enough. In any event, I'm not entertaining a claim for $5,000, sir. I am dismissing your lawsuit. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now, the next case.
Parties on Bishop versus Baum. Step forward, please.
35-year-old Lori Bishop is suing her former girlfriend, Ingeborg Baum, for the cost of a parking ticket. Ingeborg says it's not her fault she got the ticket and refuses to pay for it.
This was your friend. She asked you to do her a favor and drive her downtown because your daughter was in jail?
Yeah.
And you didn't have a car?
No.
So you did her a favor, drove her downtown, parked your car where you shouldn't have.
Well, not really where I shouldn't have. We parked the car. We stayed there. We tried to find out where Renati was going to be. And
Renati is your daughter?
Yes.
Find out how long it was going to be before she got released. Well, we'd been there probably about 3 hours, and we got back to the car, and Susie says, "What is that on your windshield?" And I says, "It can't be a ticket because I can park here. I parked here before. I know we can park here." So we went and got something to eat. We came back, and we parked across where this little complex. And it said, "No parking, towaway zone." I'm like, I don't feel good about this. So when we started our trip out, I told her that I'd pay for the gas. I mean, she has to pay for the gas, but I'd give her the ride. So we got to the gas station, and her ATM card wouldn't work. So I put $20 in my car, and then I got $20 for us to eat because we weren't sure how long it was going to be for us, before we got back.
You parked your car where you shouldn't have parked your car, Miss Bishop.
Right. Well, I did. Well, it was the sign said parking this way, no parking this way, right there.
What is that? Just a second. What does that have to do with her?
Well, I wouldn't have been there if it wouldn't have been for her.
That's what she keeps saying, and I told her.
I wouldn't have been there. I mean, I did her a favor. I've done a lot for this lady.
Miss Bishop, listen to me. Your argument is that but for the fact that you were doing her a favor, you wouldn't have had your car down in that location and you wouldn't have gotten a ticket.
Right.
And therefore, she is responsible for the ticket.
Right.
Let's say you were driving with her to pick up her daughter and you were speeding.
Right.
And you got a speed, just a second, and you got a speeding ticket. Who would be responsible for that speeding? Who would be responsible?
I would be.
Because you did the wrong thing.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, you try to explain to me how it's different parking where you weren't supposed to be parking and speeding.
Well, because she didn't have the money to pay where we could park where it wasn't going to cost us any money. I mean, where it wasn't going to cause me any harm. She didn't have the money. She didn't have any money when we went.
But then when you parked there under the tunnel, I asked you, can you park here?
Right, and I could because I did before.
So I asked
you. Just a second. So you said you've parked there before and you didn't get a ticket.
Right.
This time you did.
Right.
Pay it.
Okay, well, what about the money that I took $40 to eat on for the parking, to finally pay the $5 for the parking and stuff. What about that?
Just a second.
I mean, when I called her one day,
I think she's responsible for those out-of-pocket expenses. The gas, right?
Yeah.
You've paid $5 to park the car after you moved the car when you got a ticket? Were you with her when she moved the car?
Yes.
And she paid $5 for that?
Yes.
You think you're responsible for that?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That's $25. And if you think that you were wrongfully given a ticket,
right,
then you have to go argue that to the Parking Violations Bureau. You go before a hearing examiner and tell them your story. But you parked your car in the wrong place. You got a ticket.
Right.
You have to pay for it.
Well, okay.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $25.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
That's not right, Susie. That's not right. Okay? I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for you, Susie. And every time I do something for you, this is the way I get it. I mean, what about the $100? I had to get it from her.
Gas. I will pay
pay for the gas. What about all everything else, Susie? So I'm just stuck with the ticket. I have nothing to say to you after this point. Even though I was a friend enough and took my whole day away to take you down there, you can't help me out paying half the ticket? Yeah, walk off, Susie. Just walk off.
Forward, please.
43-year-old Dorothy Walters says photographer Ron Rice ruined her 25th wedding anniversary because he was unprofessional, danced with the guests, and took bad pictures.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 355 on the calendar, in the matter of Walters versus Rice. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
You're the photographer.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Mrs. Walters, you hired the defendant because you and your husband were celebrating your 25th wedding anniversary.
Yes, that's right.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
What kind of party were you having?
We rented the Marina Hornblower yacht, and we were having a celebration cruise for our family and our friends.
How many people?
60.
How did you find him?
Through an ad in the newspaper in the Daily Breeze, right here, under wedding photography.
Okay, can I see it? So you hired him? Tell me about the agreement that you made with him.
I searched for a photographer, and then I saw that ad, and I said, well, let me go check this guy's work out, because I wanted special double effects in photography, and when I went to his home to look at his work, it was exceptional. I mean, it was knocked down. It was just so great work. This work was really good. And so without a doubt, I wrote him a check, and I hired him.
Was it a deposit, or was it?
I gave him a $200 deposit, and 2 weeks later, I paid him the rest in full in advance, before the wedding.
What was the whole price? For the
$752.33, my contract.
And that was to include what?
That was to include him to come to my home 2.5 hours before the wedding to take pictures of my husband and my family and I, so we wouldn't waste time on the yacht. And that was to include a bridal album with 8x10.
So, now tell me why you're suing him.
Because the pictures that he showed me of our 25th wedding anniversary were horrible. I cried. I was devastated. I mean, these pictures were horrible. My friends took pictures with their regular cameras. Look at my pictures that they took with their regular cameras compared to the professional pictures that he took. I mean, it was horrible.
I will look at both.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happened?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Well, you indicate in your complaint that his behavior at this function was somewhat less than professional. You want to tell me what you're complaining of?
He followed my sister all day.
I did.
and said all kinds of. I have it on video. I have the video right here. You can see it. I have him dancing, doing the Macarena, eating with my guests, not taking pictures. He poured a beer over the top of her head, made her dress see-through. I have it on video.
I would really like to see that.
I wish I was there too.
May I show you who he is on the video?
Yeah, just let.
I wear many hats, Your Honor. Photographer, comedian, dancer, pouring beer.
I hired you to be a photographer, not to be...
Listen to me. Don't answer him. I don't even think he himself was serious when he made that comment to me. Were you, sir?
Here he is, Your Honor.
You're right, Your Honor.
Here he is, doing the Macarena, right there. And I have there he is, doing the Macarena there in your courtroom.
Okay.
It moves me.
There he is.
Needs a little work. I want to see the beer pouring.
Other than this Macarena, is there anything else on this tape?
It just shows Leona having the beer on her head. It didn't show him actually doing it, but you could hear him.
Well, let me see. How much into the tape is that?
It's a little bit farther.
Would you speed it up, please? Third. Mr. Rice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you pour a beer over this lady?
Well, I haven't seen that part yet, Your Honor. I don't believe I did.
Yes, you did. I mean, you're my
Miss Walters.
Sure.
Don't talk to him. I'm talking to him now.
Absolutely sure.
She's going to tell me, this lady, if I ask her to stand up, which I will. Yeah. Stand up now.
Stand up.
You're her sister?
Yes.
Did he pour a beer on you at this function?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
I was dancing, and he says, you need to be cooled off. And he threw the beer on top of my head. And I had a satin dress on, and it clinged to me, and it was see-through, and I was really, really embarrassed.
Okay, sit down. Mr. Rice.
It sounds like a fun thing to do under circumstances, but I was hired in a professional position and a capacity, and that's exactly what I did. I have on the...
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
I've made 4 or 5 weddings in my time. Hired a lot of photographers for other kinds of functions. Mm-hmm. I never had a photographer dancing with my guests. I never had a photographer coming and eating with my guests. I never had a photographer pouring anything over one of my guests. Otherwise, that photographer would have been brought out of the function in a box.
Yes, I agree.
Now, you did that. You were dancing with the guests, no jacket on, and, sir, I didn't see you with a camera slung around your shoulder.
This was after, was after all the ceremonial events were done, because the wedding was during the day.
I heard you for the whole time.
Do I look like I need help?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And so I was finished.
Just a second. What do you mean you were finished?
I was finished with all the ceremonial events. They were partying, and they were partiers.
How many rolls of film did you take, sir?
approximately 250.
How many
no
rolls?
way.
Let's
4, 220 medium format.
How many rolls of film?
2 rolls of 12 exposure, which was 24 prints, and then 4 at 24.
So altogether, you had how many pictures?
4 times 24 times 20. Me and my math. Probably 150, approximately.
96 and 24 is 120. So you had 120 pictures. Let me see them.
The irony of this thing.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
That's 99% of the profession, is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters is suing photographer Ron Rice for taking bad pictures and being unprofessional at her 25th wedding anniversary. He says the pictures are good and that he was just enjoying himself.
120 pictures. Let me see them.
The irony of this thing is I saw her. She didn't want. I was supposed to give her the 5x5
Just
proof.
a second.
She didn't even want them.
Listen to me.
I mean, hello?
Mr. Rice, to me. Miss Walters.
Okay, he wouldn't.
Miss Walters. Where are the 120
In
prints?
the trash.
Okay, who put them in the trash?
2 weeks ago, before she served me the notice, I said, "Look, here's Barbara's."
I'm Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Just a second.
Whomever. Dorothy. I'm sorry.
So the answer is you don't have them. You threw them away.
I have the negatives.
Just a second.
I was going to.
You have the negatives of 120 pictures?
Oh,
Let me have them.
Oh, right. All right, yes, sir. Shall I?
Oh, don't come too close to me, Mr. Rice.
And here's Your Honor, would you want to show me?
Just a minute. What's the difference between these and these, sir?
Print quality and definition. One's 2 1/4 format. Those are 35 millimeter format. The other one is 6 by 6 millimeter. Those are table shots. So you want to do a wedding, all the ceremonial events, all the romantics, anything that has to do with, the principles of the wedding party are shot in with the 2 1/4. The format.
And this is 2 1/4?
No, that's 35 millimeter. That's where table shots, guest shots.
There are no table shots here, sir.
Maybe, can I see them?
No.
Okay.
And all these negatives are the negatives, right?
Those are the negatives of, yes.
Bert, would you count up these?
Sure.
These negatives?
No problem.
Thank you. I just want to know how many there are, because she says that
Make sure there are
limited number
too.
of rows. Now let me take a look at the pictures.
Okay, Bert. These are the ones he took. Here's the identical pictures that the guest took.
With the polarizer.
No, this is with
who's the professional here?
Hey,
who's the professional? Look at those pictures.
One, two, three, and then you're both out of here. Do you understand? And if you're out of here, you lose. Do you understand? Now, these are the ones your guests took.
Yes.
And these are the ones that you're complaining about that he took.
Yes.
Are these the only pictures that you were given by him?
No, I was given another book.
Where
and
is it? Where are the-
You have it. You wouldn't give it to me.
Where are the 30?
What words didn't you both understand? Don't talk to each other. I don't like to have to raise my voice. I want to see the photographs that he took at your house. Do you have those?
No. He
didn't bring.
Don't speak.
Your Honor, he took them. He would not give them back to me because I said these are unacceptable. And he took them. He wouldn't give them back to me.
Just a second. So are you telling me that these are
That's
the only
pictures I have.
Can I finish my
Okay.
question?
I'm sorry.
Are these the only pictures that you have of your wedding anniversary
That he
party
took. Yes.
that he took?
Yes, they are.
She just perjured herself.
You just threw
Shut
the
up!
book away. He threw the book away. That's what he told you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Show me, sir, what you say she has in addition to these.
She has 34 8x10s that she ordered from the prince.
Show me the order with her signature on it.
Right here?
Good. Can I see it, please?
She got her plan. I mean, it's a very flexible plan. She got plan 3.
Sir.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Stop talking. This is the contract. This is not her order.
Absolutely right.
Show.
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry. Just be quiet. This is not an order. This is the contract.
Is it in
I
that
have the
package?
original. This is your copy.
What's in that package there? Is there some, like a price list or anything in there like that, other than just the negatives?
How many were there?
70, Judge.
Okay. Now listen to me, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Listen carefully. There are 70 negatives here. 70. Right. You wouldn't dispute that with Bird, did you?
Oh,
No.
Bert.
Now,
Not Bert.
this is.
That's probably a 36 roll, Your Honor. But, month.
So altogether, you took 106 pictures, not 150.
Well, actually, with the 70 pictures, it was more than enough because what she had ordered was just those elect, professionally looking, beautiful few, if I may add.
Mr. Rice, I asked you a question, and you will not deflect me with your palaver. Where is her order for these 8x10s that you just told me about?
What? I mean, they're right there. They're right on those MAC cards.
Well, show me her signature on those things,
No, there's
sir.
no signature. The
Show
contract.
Officer Burge. Give him the whole envelope, Burge, please.
Help. Okay. There was no album. She ordered $252 worth, tax 20. I mean, she ordered. Where are the 10x10s?
You have
Where are they? I mean, you have.
All
where
right,
are
now,
they?
let me tell you what happens
like,
when
where
you
are
don't listen 4 times. 4 times you don't listen.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
It's wearing hats, not just being professional, being stuffy.
Oh my God.
You have to have personality. You have to go on with a smile.
And later today,
If I give you $200, you have to give me the camcorder back. No, I don't have to. It's mine. It's mine. It belongs to me. You're full of it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dorothy Walters wants the money back she paid photographer Ron Rice because she says the pictures were unprofessional.
Mr. Rice,
Yes, ma'am.
I find that based upon what I've seen in the photographs, what I've heard today, that your conduct on the day of this anniversary party was less than professional and certainly less than what Miss Walters bargained for when she retained you. So, you're going to refund to her $752.33 because of you, she doesn't have what she bargained for, which was a professional photographer who behaved in a professional manner, who furnished her professional pictures. And in addition, since you told me that the proofs that you gave her, you took and threw in the garbage, which means that you certainly didn't want them, Miss Walters, I'm giving you all the negatives.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
that's
thank
all.
you.
They're no good anyway.
They're no good. You said they were professional photographers.
Bodies are excused. You may step back.
You said they were good.
Bodies are excused.
Here, I'll go over the
They're no
trash.
good.
Step out
Yeah,
the
they're
back
no
door to your
good.
right.
It's wearing hats, not just being professional, being
Oh
stuffy.
my God.
You have to have personality. You have to go on with a smile.
Well,
I mean, that's part of, that's 99% of the profession is being able to mesh and flow and get into the party mood. Give me a kiss.
ruined-
Give me a hug. Come on.
He's nuts.
I'll give him a
He's
hug.
nuts.
Whoa.
He's nuts.
Well, I mean, it's like I was
Thank you,
born that
Judge.
way. What's your excuse?
And now the next case.
Bodies on Hill versus Mathis. Step forward, please.
32-year-old Robin Hill is suing her former sister-in-law, Teresa Mathis, age 36, because she won't return her video camera.
Do I understand this correctly, that you two ladies are sister-in-laws or somebody related? Still sister-in-laws?
I'm unsure, but they got divorced. I don't know.
You divorced?
Right.
From her brother?
Yes.
So you're former sister-in-laws?
Correct.
Let me understand this. You needed $200 for some sort of move a couple of years ago.
Right.
You asked your sister-in-law, who I assume was then still married to your brother,
Correct.
for the $200. According to you, she lent you the $200, and you gave her your camcorder.
Correct.
As sort of insurance for the repayment of this loan.
Right.
Now you're suing her because you say you went back and retrieved the camcorder and it's broken.
Right.
And the camcorder, you paid how much for?
It was on sale. We paid roughly $900,
So you're suing her for $500.
which would be about replacement cost of it.
And you say nothing could be farther from the truth, that you bought the camcorder.
I purchased the camera because she was going to Oklahoma for $200, and I told her that if she got the money back, as soon as she got it, that I would sell it back to her if she wanted. And
For the
that's it.
$200?
Right, right.
Okay. How did you get the camcorder back?
She asked me to house sit for her while they were in Oklahoma with bicycle races for their son, and a friend of mine had asked me to film
How
some
long
stuff.
ago was this?
This was November of last year.
So November of last year, when you were house sitting, you got your camcorder back.
Well, I went to borrow it to use it to film some stuff, and it didn't work. So I went to put it in a shop. They had a fit and told me, though, they wanted to get it fixed. I said, fine. So I gave it back to them to get it fixed. And I was more than willing to give them their money back. And if it was my fault that it was broke, then I would have paid for it. But it was working when they got it, and I don't think I should have to pay for it to be fixed.
Did you give her back the $200?
I offered it to her.
Just a second.
No.
Did you give her back the $200?
She refused it.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
It's not true.
That is true.
When I asked for the money, she didn't have it. She never had the money. The only reason she came to my house and took the camera while we were gone out of my closet was because she needed money and she wanted to sell it, and then had planned to pay me after she sold the camera. When I purchased the camera, it was working, just not properly. You can see by the film that I brought that it has lines in it And that was in April of '95 at a national that we went to, my son's bike races.
Whatever, so you went and you had it fixed?
When I got the money, because I was single, my ex-husband and I were divorced, I have 3 children and a large house payment, so when I did get the money, which was in March, I said, this is terrible. You know, I have this camera, I can't even use it, it doesn't work right, so I took it down. Her aunt was with me also at the races when I purchased the camera, and it kept shutting off. She was standing beside me, and we were taping our children.
All right, if you don't have to go into a whole long thing, it's not a very difficult case.
Okay.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Ms. Hill,
yes.
If I believe your story, she lent you $200, you gave her the camera until you paid her back the $200.
Correct.
You never paid her back the $200. Where's the camera now?
She still has the camera. I've never lost the camera.
Perfect.
I still have it.
Camera's yours.
Right.
When she gives you back the $200, you just listen to me.
Okay,
when she gives you back the $200, you'll give her back the camera. Right now, you didn't give her back the $200, so the camera's hers. That's very simple.
I understand that, Your
Good. That's all. Case is dismissed.
All right, sir, excuse you may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I've got notarized statement saying it was working.
It worked, but it didn't work right.
That's not my fault.
Well, it's not my fault. You hauled it in your car all the way to Oklahoma since 1991, all over the place. That's what happened.
Well, that's not my fault. If I give you $200, you have to give me the camcorder back.
No, I don't have to. It's mine. It's mine. It belongs to me.
You're full of it.
Woodcock, step forward, please.
Stephanie Intreri claims real estate agent Paul Woodcock left her shaking and in tears when he broke into her home. Paul says he had an appointment.
Order, all rise. Judge, this is case number 551 on the calendar in the matter of Intreri versus Woodcock. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Mr. Woodcock, you're a real estate broker, is that correct?
That is correct.
And Ms. Centreri, you reside in an apartment in a building that's going to be sold.
Was
sold.
No, was going to be.
Was going to be sold. And according to your complaint, you're home one day, ill from work.
No, I'm disabled, actually.
You were home?
Yes, I was.
And the defendant broke into your apartment?
That's correct.
I didn't break into nobody's apartment.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That, I said according to her complaint,
Right.
Mr. Woodcock.
Okay,
That's what
fine.
happened. You're going to tell me your version of the events,
Right.
sir. So since you knew that this building was going to be sold, I assume that you had made arrangements with regard to showing your apartment, correct?
Yes, in the past it was done regularly.
Tell me
several
about
times.
the procedure.
The procedure was, it was multiple listings, and the realtor would telephone, send notice by mail, and speak with my husband in general, make arrangements for a specific day and time that was convenient for both of us, and we would make our home available for showing.
And during what period of time, Ms. Intreri, did you show your apartment?
This was over a period of probably about 4 months.
And how many times did you actually make yourself available to show the apartment?
I know of at least 4 times that individuals came in and viewed the flat.
Now, when did this occur, this instance with Mr. Woodcock?
Well, on May 13th, I was home. I suffered from severe arthritis from an auto accident, and I was home convalescing. It was in the afternoon. I was home in my bedclothes, and the doorbell rang. Well, I wasn't expecting company. I live in the Haight-Ashbury district, and unless you're expecting someone, basically you don't answer your door. For that reason, we have a gate in the front of our building, as most
Mr.
people
Woodcock,
do.
you may want to listen to this, sir.
As most people do in the neighborhood. About 5-10 minutes later, the doorbell rang again, except it rang urgently. And so I got up, I went to my window. We live in a Victorian flat, so this is quite a distance from the back to the front. And I look out the window, I see no one I recognize, and I see...
How many people did you see?
I saw 2 people.
Okay.
And an old vehicle. And again, I did not answer because I don't know who this is. I'm home alone. Thereafter, I hear what appears to be someone dismantling my front door. And shaken, upset, I phone 911. And I speak with the 911 operator, tell her that it sounds like someone is breaking into my home. And she holds me on the line, and it gets to the point where it sounds like someone's kicking the door in. By this time, I am shaking like a leaf, trying to figure out, should I run? Should I try to defend myself? What exactly to do? Thereafter, the 911 operator informs me that it is safe to go downstairs. We have about 30 stairs, and because the police had arrived. When I get downstairs, again in my bedclothes, I find the police along with Mr. Woodcock, who I didn't know from Adam at the time, because my husband generally would show the house.
Okay, you didn't know him. The police were there.
And Mr. Woodcock asked me boldly, why didn't you open your door?
Right.
Shh, shh. I ignore him because this is just ridiculous. I'm actually irate.
Describe your front door.
I have pictures, Your Honor.
Can I see it, please?
And this is what was broken into. First the gate, then the door, then the chain was kicked off.
No, that's not. No, wait a minute.
And
Stop.
that's
I've had enough of this. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen,
No. Wait a second, please.
Hey.
Don't. Hey.
No,
Jay!
Okay, all right. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Your Honor, I wasn't even positive that they had completely entered until I found that piece of chain that was part of the, chain on the floor.
Okay. And that's what happened that day.
That's
correct?
what happened, except that it left me shaking, like a leaf, crying. I had to call my physician for medication to calm down. It went downhill after that into ulcers because he continued to harass myself and my family.
Okay. Now, my question to you is, had either you or your husband received notice in writing that someone was going to be showing your apartment on May 13th?
I'm glad you asked me that question. We received notice for the 14th.
Can I see it, please?
The following day.
Can I see it, please?
No one showed up on that day.
So to answer my question, madam, you received no notice that someone was going to be there the 13th. The notice that you received, which is dated May 12th, indicates that someone would be there on Wednesday, May 14th.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, I'd like to step in because we had an arrangement because it was kind of rough. I'm Mrs. Venturi's husband.
Okay.
We had an arrangement with the realty company because it kind of got off to a shaky start showing the property. And so we had an arrangement. They would call and they would let us know.
What you're telling me is not necessarily important to this right
in
now.
advance.
Sure. Shh.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Sure.
Your wife was very articulate. She explained that to me.
Okay.
She said they would call and write.
Okay.
Got to pay attention to your wife.
All right.
They're usually very smart, sir.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Mr. Trary.
And my husband
Mr.
knows.
Trary, I'm very smart. They don't keep me here because I'm gorgeous.
And I'm not saying it rude.
I'm very smart.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephanie Intrieri is suing real estate agent Paul Woodcock for breaking into her home unannounced, leaving her frightened and in tears.
Now I'll hear you, Mr. Woodcock.
I didn't think everyone was going to come.
Sir, let me explain something to you. Have I been respectful to you?
Yes.
I will continue to be respectful to
Well-
you. You have to know where you are. Now, let's start over again. Like you just came in and like I don't know who you are. Would you like Mr. Woodcock to tell me your version of the events?
Yes.
Good.
I have documentation for everything.
Just tell me.
Well, I had an appointment set for the date that we came out to the building.
Okay, let me stop you there. How did you set up that appointment, sir?
I had my secretary call over there, and then I also had it sent
That's a
over
lie.
by letter, by mail. Can I
Just
have
a second.
Yes.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
see your letter by mail.
All right. Here. I had several. Yeah, these right here are fine. There's like 5 or 6 of them right here. Oh, this is.
They had not called and we did not
If
receive
you,
that letter.
if you shout out again, I'm going to put you outside. Do you understand? Listen. Well, let me explain something to you, sir. Let me stop you right there. There is a letter dated May 12th, which is clearly under your signature, and it indicates that the property would be inspected on May 14th. Okay, that is a letter dated May 12th.
Right.
Now, there is a prior letter dated May the 6th, where you indicate that the property would be shown on Tuesday, May 13th. But the subsequent letter of May 12th indicates a day later, Wednesday, May 14th. Okay. And I have the original with your original signature, a copy of which is contained in your file. Okay, so what happened when you got there, sir?
Well, when I got there, the tenants downstairs allowed myself and the contractor and the appraiser and the lender in. And the thing is that what happened was I rang Mrs. Entreri's bell several times, knocked on the door several times, could not get in, and she didn't answer. And so after that happened, I called the attorney that was handling the estate for the seller. And I said to her, I says, I need to get into the building. I had this set up. If you can really, got letters in there regarding this as well. So I had my associate with here, Mr. Gallen, and I used his cell phone to call, who then instructed me, because I had everyone out there. And it wasn't like it wasn't planned in advance.
It wasn't planned.
I mean, it wasn't planned. You know.
Just a second, sir.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned with her.
Well,
Mr. Woodcock, it wasn't planned with her.
Well, look, I don't know how she cannot say that, but I mean, I had my secretary write the letter. I have the correspondence inside there.
Sir, it's right here. This is your secretary. This is your signature. It said that you would be there on Wednesday, May 14th. You arrived a day early.
No, well.
And Your Honor.
Shut.
Yeah, all right, forget about it.
No, Mr. Woodcock, you arrived a day early, sir.
Well, if I remember correctly, what had happened is I called the attorney. The attorney got a hold of Miss Entreri here, Miss Entreri, and to set the appointment. I'm just trying to recollect exactly what transpired in between.
You can't tell me what transpired between the attorney, sir, and the plaintiff, or between the attorney and yourself, because that's hearsay, Mr. Woodcock.
All right.
But what I'm telling you is that your last communication to the plaintiff, which was dated May the 12th, indicated that you would be there on the 14th, which is Wednesday, for an inspection. Now, you arrived on the 13th for an inspection, and so you told me you got there. The people downstairs allowed you to come in.
Right.
You went upstairs. You rang the bell.
No, I didn't go upstairs because I couldn't go upstairs. I rang the bell to go upstairs.
Yes.
And the thing is that when I could not get in, I used Mike's cell phone, called the attorney.
But not to call
No,
me.
Excuse me.
Hey, listen. You have to be quiet.
Okay, but he could have called me.
Hey.
Okay.
He's speaking.
I mean,
it's his turn.
Yeah.
He can have it.
Miss Entreri, don't irritate me.
Okay.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
But it is a situation that you don't know how it's going to affect you until it happens.
Of course.
That's how I would have felt.
Of course. I understand that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephanie Intrieri wants $5,000 from real estate agent Paul Woodcock for breaking into her home. He says he had an appointment.
You used a cell phone without telling me what the conversation was with this other person that you dealt with, because that's hearsay. What did you do after you got off the cell phone?
Well, after I got off the cell phone, I called the locksmith.
And you had the locksmith come over to the house?
Correct.
And the locksmith did what?
Picked the locks.
Okay. How many locks did the locksmith pick?
2.
Okay.
I believe it was 2. The front gate. No, wait a minute. I think we're already inside. It was her locks are the ones that we started to pick. Or he started to pick, because I'm not a locksmith.
And then the police arrived?
Then the police arrived.
Okay. Now, how long had you been the real estate agent for this property?
Oh, I don't know. 45 days, I guess.
Okay. So, my question is, how many units are in this whole complex? 2 units. And in the 45 days that you were the realtor, did you at any time go out to inspect the plaintiff's apartment?
Yes.
On how many occasions?
I believe once I was actually able to get in.
And were you the first realtor that was attached to this property, or had there been one prior to you?
To my knowledge, no, I was the only one.
Excuse me, Your Honor, there actually were others, because it was multiple listings initially.
Did you have an exclusive on this property?
Yes.
For how long?
90 days.
90 days starting when?
It's in the file. You have the file, Judge.
Can I see what you have?
This is another real estate company who was involved in the sale of the property, not Mason McDuffie, as Ms. Shh.
There was a prior realty company, sir, with regard to the same property. Okay, so that's the case. It's not a very difficult case.
Your Honor, if I may add.
About what?
About what happened to me after this incident, because I do feel that it's relevant.
You told me that you were stressed. You told me that you had ulcers. You told me that you had that you were sick.
I didn't mention I had insomnia. We went on vacation. I'm getting up all in the middle of the night wherever I went, checking the locks in the middle of the night.
Miss Intreri.
And I never had ulcers before. I just
Miss Intreri, I can't tell you without expert testimony, which I assume you do not have.
I do, from my physician.
I don't take letters from physicians.
It's his notes.
Did you hear what I just said? I do not take letters, notes from physicians unless I can actually examine them as to whether your ulcer was caused by this incident. Do you understand?
He specifically mentions the incident.
Okay, whether he specifically mentions the incident, you specifically mentioned the incident.
Okay, and he can be telephoned.
Listen to me, madam. I sometimes get off the bench and go to the phone and make a phone call. Not in this case. I understand exactly what happened. You were in your bedroom. You were not expecting these people, clearly based upon this. You had no reason to expect anyone there that day. You were frightened out of your wits for a while. It lasted a relatively short period of time until the police arrived, but during that 5 to 10 or 15 minutes that it was going on, you were scared to death. I understand that. Don't tell me that it clouded your entire life for the remainder of your entire life, because that's a lot of baloney. That's a lot, because at the moment, once it was over, it's like, you know, being in a terrible accident, you know? You're frightened and it's terrible, but if you're a smart person and are not using it to milk a system, then you say, I'm going to put a period. I understand what it was. It was somebody who was doing the wrong thing. They were not trying to burglarize my home, right? He did the wrong thing. Mr. Trary.
But it is a...
matters.